Welcome to Charisma 6. Ooh. Dance Macabre. It's only like the 90th time. Hell yeah. You are early, person who just said that in chat. Welcome. Welcome. Are you muted? Am I muted? Are you muted? What's going on? Can you not hear me?
There you go. Hi.
How come, usually when I press deafen, it does both and then it undoes both. That's weird. They could hear me. I don't think you could. That's okay, though.
We couldn't hear you.
What? No, they could hear me.
Yeah, I'm saying we couldn't hear you.
Yeah. But it's only important if they hear me, obviously, for D&D's sake.
Yeah.
So, we're back. We're back and better than ever. We did Sundays for a little bit, and now we're back to Wednesdays, which is good, so that we can crush it. What, you shaking your head? We're not back to Wednesdays?
It was Saturdays.
We never did Sundays.
Was it Saturdays? Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was Saturdays. The days mean nothing. We had to skip Sundays. That's what it was. We have an offline campaign that we play. I'm excited to do Wednesdays. I don't think we're gonna have any hiccups in the future. The next 10 weeks. Anybody? I don't think so. I think we're good.
It's going to be 1 week in May that I'm on nights again.
1 week in May. That's okay. I feel like when in May? That's so close to the end.
I have no idea when in May yet.
So we got 4 more this month, including tonight. Whew. And then we got 4 in April. I'd be very surprised if we were still playing this campaign in June, if we don't miss any days.
Is Randy going to be here in person for the final
That's what
one?
we're hoping for.
Find out.
That's what we're hoping for. Got a whole bunch of stuff planned, so hell yeah.
Might need your help painting some things for the final battle.
Mm-hmm. Take some time off. I'll pay you in pizza.
Yeah.
Every night. You want a pizza every night? You get one, Papa Bear. Okay. Anyway.
Make him live up to that promise.
They're like $6 from Domino's. You get nothing pizzas.
So Papa John's ate 40 in 30 days and he saw the future.
That's true. He did predict COVID.
Now we're going to stress test the next prediction.
We were talking about that in the football chat the other day.
Yeah.
He said there'll be a reckoning, then COVID hit.
2 weeks later.
Literally 2 weeks. Isn't that nuts?
Wait, was that
He was
seriously
the
2 weeks
harbinger
apart?
of COVID. That's true, yeah.
Did
What
you
the
see the
fuck?
other day he did an interview and he was like, I'm trying very hard to remove the N-word from my vocabulary. It's like, what do you mean try? Does he wake up in the morning and just go,
Hey.
and then he says it and he's like, well, that day's a
I'm gonna slur! I'm gonna slur!
Did the best edit where it was like a picture of a keyboard and the only keys that were worn down were the N-word and the enter key.
It was really good. Also, yesterday was me and Alex's bro day, and so we get very high. It's called the bro down. It's no big deal. And
degenerate.
an NBA player uttered the K slur, which is a rarely used vintage slur, and he put out an apology trying not to get fired from the NBA, saying, I didn't know what that word means. How do you accidentally
use
K
it?
slur? What? That doesn't even
I don't
make
think
sense.
that word is accidentally in anyone's vocabulary.
How do you? That's so specific. That's
remember the time you used the G slur accidentally?
the G. Yeah, but that one again is even further. I think that's even more like I knew it was a thing, but it's separated from slurs in the way that K slur is with the history behind that.
Propaganda that got to him.
I disagree, but
well, you're wrong. Either way, it made me cringe to death when we were recording that. I remember being like, really? We're going here? What?
Yeah, I didn't know. That was a hilarious day though, because Dark Matter was with us, and I was like,
I remember Dark Matter
again-
and Hannah having to point out to you that it was a slur.
Yeah,
and we were like, "Wait, that's a slur."
I think it's funny that I genuinely didn't know. It's kind of adorable.
No,
funny.
that's not how I would describe that.
Wait, why not?
Because that's terrible.
It's terrible if you know it's a slur.
Okay, what if someone legitimately like didn't know the N word was a slur?
Yeah, and then they're like,
said it?
and then
It
they're
would be
like,
adorable.
and then
It'd
they're
be
like,
"Oh,
and then they're like,
yeah.
no, and then it's like, dude, what? How do you? He's like, wait, why is that a slur? I think that's kind of funny. I think there's merit in ignorance. That's okay. Okay, Hannah, you get to be ignorant. You're the best at it. So I mean, like,
Isn't that a bit?
To be fair, Hannah, based on a previous episode, I also wouldn't.
hey, I'm just tossing that out there. You're pretending like you're some sort of like bastion of like mindfulness. Shut up.
Hey, I didn't say I am. I have
Shut up.
fucked up. I'm not trying to cutesy it up by being
I'm
like,
not
it was adorable.
I'm not saying it was good. I'm saying it was funny. Like how does this grown man not know this? I thought it was
Right.
funny that way.
I rolled a 2, so that's relevant to how this is starting.
No, it's not.
Remember
It's
when we
funny.
used to roll the intro?
Yeah, but there's no need
Why'd
to
you
roll
stop
the intro.
doing that?
Well, we'll do it next time. There's no need to roll the intro now because we're in quarantine.
That doesn't. Why would that be a?
Because we
Thing.
can't be in front of
Happiness
each other.
is
We
good.
can't know. We can't know how the intro is going to go. We're
We
too
can know.
separated. There's no the alchemy of our friendship is
Yeah, but
is
the
disturbed.
dice roll is what determines the intro.
Yeah, we'll do it next time. We'll do it at the beginning of every stream next time. Actually, I'm going to set up a whole thing, and we're gonna have good stuff next. It's good. The production of this entire event is going to go through the roof. It's going to be bananas. You're welcome, by the way. You're fucking welcome. I put a lot into this.
Like that cat.
And pretty much what
Can
happens.
we just have her on set forever?
Pretty much what happens
Yeah.
at the end of this is you guys digest it and poop it out, and that's the product. This is
We're
poop.
Zillideck?
Well, no, he doesn't poop. He has no anus. That's fact. So,
Yeah, but
That's no anus. You heard it here first.
wouldn't it be amazing if there was cosmic poo trail?
Seriously, how is he all consuming? Where
Exactly. These are the questions
maybe
we need
that's
to
what
ask.
dark matter
Where
is.
does it go?
In fact, I would love them to be asked in character. So now we shall begin the episode.
Suddenly, the professor thinks about how Zillideck poops.
How does Zillideck poop? I guess we'll find out. So. Last we left off, the Keepers of Eight had trekked into the elemental planes in search of the essences of the elements, hunting down first the essence of Earth, through which they would have to basically slay a earthen titan on the plane of Earth itself, known as Zaratan, the world turtle, a being, a creature that that an entire city was built on. Through some discoveries, you found that they were trying to punch a hole to the material plane and basically evacuate, try to get to the surface as clearly word has gotten out into the at least elemental and lower planes that you're aware of. That Zillideck is coming, whether he can poop or not. And they want out because the material plane is the sort of last stand. You don't know where the experiences of the elemental plane, like insofar as how they've accrued this information, but nonetheless they have it. And you dispatch Zaratan, gaining the small sort of jewel that lies within. Egnir used Arbica, an ancient artifact-style sort of staff that he got. And now you are on your way to killing 2 more. You traveled briefly to the plane of air in search of what you thought would be a little bit of an easier quarry. sort of a Leviathan. As you saw the two swirling in the plane of fire, you're like, fuck that, let's go to the plane of air for a little bit. You did some investigations. It seems that the plane of air, at least the main city of Aqua, is in fact abandoned or desolate, or they're hiding or something. You came into contact with some refugees there that happened to be probably part of the prison crew that you let out of your of the nest's sort of sworn oath to protect. Gain a little bit more information, drop them off in an unknown space on another continent that we will visit at some other point in another campaign. Probably, maybe. And returned after a rest to the plane of fire. Unless you guys wanted to do anything else, you were about to head to the plane of fire. You do know that over the top of the city of Brass, the huge titans.
Did we have to?
There?
We took a rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, after a rest. The Elder Tempest of the plane of air and the Phoenix of the plane of fire are both currently swirling over top of the city of Brass above the clouds. You couldn't quite see what was going on before you decided not to engage with that for now. But you are back. So, you are currently in the Hartnell. You have just gotten to the plane of fire, unless there's something you wanted to change. And you're preparing to exit.
Okay, what spells should I bring for this? Probably Fire Shield. Gonna
Good idea.
assume. Probably a good one. Might be okay. I'm trying to knock out anything. I use a lot of fire, you know, sometimes. That's not going to be very useful.
It's not ideal. No.
Destructive wave fire. Okay, wait.
Oh. And also some slick use of Avelios's ability to look at the past of individuals and places.
Okay. Death ward on the
Rad.
professor, just
Oh, thank you.
immediately.
Just wanted to shout out my boy, you know?
Probably good call.
Appreciate it.
Overnight, because I can load spells into the wand, I'm going to put in Investiture and Flame.
Oh, not going with Foresight?
I didn't have... I have to expend a spell slot
That's
to
correct, yeah.
put it in the wand, and I already used my 9th level spell slot
Right.
the day before, so I cannot. Plus, we're
Okay.
going into the fire place anyway, so I think Investiture and Flame would probably
Okay, yeah.
gives immunity to fire. And I'm going to throw a couple other, because I can go up to 10. But I just
If
wanted
you
to-
have immunity to fire, can you pass off any of your... Like, don't you have a fire resistance thing?
Yes, but the Investiture and Flame only last 10 minutes, so it would be like a combat thing. I can't just, keep
oh,
it
okay.
up all the time.
How are we going to traverse this heat?
Well, they said it should be safe to travel around midnight, so we just have to wait until the sky gets
Just hang
red.
out?
And we'll have to... Yeah. We'll just have to travel then. I'm sure it's still going to be a little taxing, so... But we don't have anything.
What were the... Sorry, I know we were told about one of the Titans, what their damage,
Thunder, lightning, and poison.
it's immune to those, or it is...
Yes, the Tempest.
Thunder, lightning, poison.
You also know from last time that likely the Dukes of Wind or the Wind Dukes of Aqua, I guess specifically, were waging war, basically, on the fire plane to try to use the fire plane to escape.
But But the Windukes are supposed to respect the wielder of Mistral. Supposedly. Maybe.
Maybe. Things good.
So, we might have to give some more people a lift out of here if they want out so badly. I wouldn't be surprised if, whatever's left of the Aarakocrans, if there is anyone left, might want passage. And we could probably offer that to them in exchange for letting us deal with the Tempest. Or maybe they'll even work in our favor. I don't know.
That wouldn't be bad. I don't want them to act like they do now on the material plane, because that would be a problem.
Yeah, well...
They would have to drop that completely.
They would be their own separatist thing. I don't think that they would want to follow another
Well, of course
emperor.
that, but regardless of that or not. Even if they are separate, that should not be allowed.
Agnew was going to say something and then stop.
Yeah, I have a spell that would let me control the weather in a 5-mile radius that I could use to adjust the temperature.
Okay.
Maybe add some precipitation.
How long can you do that for?
8 hours, give or take.
Oh.
I mean...
Is that going to function on the plane of fire the same as it would on the material plane? Like, if there's not normally precipitation there, can you, like, summon it? And it's, like, it'll work like normal precipitation? Or are there going to be limitations based on the environment that already exists?
I have never tried it on the plane of fire, but
You have an ability from Arbica, by the way. It lasts less time than the spell.
Right. I think it's also a smaller radius.
It's 1 mile, I believe. Or something like that, or 1,000 feet.
Half mile radius.
Yeah.
So like 2,600 feet.
Yeah. Roughly a mile of a circle, but yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that one just affects like precipitation.
You can create a weather type. It's not as strong as that other spell on purpose. It's yeah. You can increase the amount of time. It does say it happens irrespective of climate, so technically you could attempt to make it snow. You don't know how that would react.
I mean, all you'd have to do is bring the temperature down. Really.
It's going to be conspicuous.
Sure, but they already waged war on a city.
Sure. I'm just, if we wanted to, like, kind of take them by surprise, we certainly won't if they're like, well, what the fuck? It's snowing. Why is it snowing? We're on the plane of fire.
I don't think that we should try to take them by surprise here. I feel like we're going to be outnumbered.
Absolutely.
I think, again, we try to talk this out.
Okie dokie.
But if what we deem is true and the Aarakocrans did take over the city of Brass, it should be much easier to move safely. Hopefully.
And if they failed to take the city of Brass,
then that is a shit show.
it's going to be a lot harder to negotiate.
Or either way, they're going to see us as a threat to their plan to break into the material plane and they're going to kill us on sight.
Could offer
I don't
them
think-
a ride again. Maybe that would work out.
We can only carry 1,000 people at a time, so hopefully, if that's the case, then hopefully there's only 1,000.
Well, just make multiple trips, you know?
I'm limited on spell slots, but I could give it a shot. Like, I'm gonna be using one to get there. We would need another one to get back, and then I could use one to get there, but then I'd have to wait a long rest in order to get another
fair.
second load back, and then I could do one more trip back if we did So over 2 days, I could, if need be, transport. Let's see.
Didn't they say that there were also ways out in the plane of ice? Or the plane of water? Plane
Yeah.
Water and
It's
earth.
the water and earth were the
Water
ones
and
that had
earth,
ways
yeah.
out.
The barrier of water and air is ice, for the record. If that's what you were thinking of.
Because,
It's called the Frostfell.
yeah, the Frostfell, that's what it was. There's apparently peaks there that reach the surface. Feels like it'd be easier than trying to, volcano your way out.
True.
Maybe if we offer to help them just travel to a safer place to get out from. I don't know. I think we should probably lower the temperature so that it's safe for us to get there, and then we cross our fingers and hope we can talk our way through.
Hoping for the best has typically worked out for us, so I think that's a very good idea.
Hey,
True.
we've made it this far, okay?
That's survivorship bias, but okay.
We haven't... Look, most of the conflicts that we've solved have been through words. So...
Just saying, every adventurer survives until they don't.
True.
It's okay, I could just bring you back.
Unless you die.
Then we bring Alenia
It's
back.
fine. It's fine. Fine, we're gonna be okay.
I'm sure repeating that'll make it true. Honestly, next time the world ends, since gods sort of come to be based on people's beliefs, we should just convince everyone to believe in a god that just fixes all world-ending events. We'll just be like, hey, collectively, we'll call him Bob. Hey, Bob, you exist. You know.
But isn't the whole point that the gods are incapable of actually helping stop the end of the world?
Imagine
and
a
it's up
god
to
that
mortals
can. We'll imagine
because
by
they
definition
can't
a god
cross
that
the
can.
barrier to physically come down here and just wipe out the Illithid.
We'll
that's why it's
imagine them
us.
onto the material plane is where they reside. Hey.
I don't think that's how that works. I think once you hit a certain level of godhood, you're stuck there.
No. In Bob we trust, okay?
Okay. All right.
He almost said something, then you worded.
What'd you say?
He didn't.
I was just wondering if that meant that at some point you're going to get shunted behind the gate.
If enough people would devote themselves to me, I guess it could happen.
So you're saying we shouldn't let people devote themselves to you?
I don't think it's something I'd want people to make a habit out of.
Fight Club, but for you.
I mean, I don't know how the Divine Gate stuff works. I just know that they can't cross. But, I don't know too much about people achieving godhood. Grazit seemed a little restrained from his divinity.
I think that was due to the nature of the way he was using it, considering it was
It's
a fraud.
Decentralized divinity.
Yeah.
Well, he decentralized it from himself so that he could be free from the other burdens that come with divinity.
Yeah.
But even still, if we had to take it from him for him to be able to, free his burdens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to think about that right now, though. Let's go think about how we're gonna deal with two elder elementals out there that we need to take down.
Probably the way we usually do with extreme violence.
To be fair, that's worked almost every single time we've tried it, though.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're like a bull in a china shop. You see the red flag and you just...
How many times has it failed?
You've been mind controlled 7 times.
You got killed by a dragon.
Okay.
That's 8.
It worked.
It's only 8 times.
All that matters is the end result.
Elenia resurrecting you.
But we won.
I almost couldn't bring you back.
But you did.
You're reckless. I get that you're strong and you're confident in yourself, but you're reckless.
I don't disagree with that.
You have a family, okay? And I'm gonna get them back, you back to them.
Ooh.
But
I do have a family now.
just gotta
think about, little Silurin with his weird face.
It happens. All baby birds are...
I don't know
Weird.
if that's an appropriate response.
It is.
Okay. You're the bird dad.
Instead of those cardboard ornaments with macaroni on it, it's just seeds. Beth Dad
seeds and pipe cleaner.
from your weird son. Why, Dad?
Jeez.
Holy shit.
So good.
I can't.
And who's gonna be their teacher?
Oh no.
This crazy
no.
lady.
I refuse.
You should get a private tutor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go from
I'm
4 kids
available
to
if you want a
2.
private tutor. I could give those kids
No.
so much attention.
It's one of those times where I
Your
think it's
dad
okay
could
to
be
be a
their
little
teacher
bougie.
if you want.
Oh.
What's he gonna teach them? Basic arithmetic?
Yeah,
That's not worth
that.
anything. I'll
How
teach
to,
them.
how to build a house, maybe?
I will
how
teach
to-
them how to develop technologies beyond your wildest dreams that could theoretically tear apart the very fabric of the universe.
Maybe we
I've
should
already
do
done
that
that.
because your people turned into a bunch of universe-eating folks.
What are the
Well,
chances
now
that's
we're
gonna happen
getting
again?
a little
It's fun.
personal.
Oh man, third period I got Mr. Jordan, but fourth period, and he's teaching math. But fourth period I have the professor's arson class. That'll be good. Right after lunch.
Okay, would you rather your children learn constructive arson, or do you want them to learn it out on the streets where it's gonna be nothing but destruction?
I think arson by definition is not constructive.
Well, I guess you don't know the definition of arson then.
Should
okay?
take arson class.
Arson only destroys.
But some things need to be destroyed. How many things do we destroy on a daily basis?
I would argue that's different than constructive.
Not with arson.
We freed a bunch
Productive.
of prisoners and dropped an entire island nation into the ocean, the result of which led to the displacement of tons of people. So,
None of that was
we-
arson.
We didn't mean to even do that either. It was like we're trying to help people. We evacuated the place. Like,
I just watched Ultron again. Totally realized that was a ripoff.
yep. Sokovia.
Yeah,
I hadn't even thought of that one. Yeah.
yeah, total ripoff.
We even had a guy with a bow.
There you go.
True.
Named after a bird.
Okay, so while a war rages outside, you guys
Look.
bicker about education and philosophy of gods.
We're doing the sick thing and procrastinating. We need to
I'm
go.
aware. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that was in character. Okay. Never mind.
No, that was in character.
I'll step back. I thought you were just being Sarah.
No. We need to go.
Would you like me to make it rain, so to speak?
Yes. That's getting memed. That's getting memed so fast.
Oh, just raindrop emojis. All right. Okay, so you have to be not on the plane of existence that is the inside of that, obviously.
So I'm gonna.
And where does it emanate from? Does it have a range of multiple miles, or is it self? Or
The
something?
range is self, and it controls the weather within 5 miles of me
Okay.
for the duration.
Does that mean as you move, it moves with you, or?
I assume so. The spell effect is centered on self.
Okay, if anyone's looking for us, they'll definitely find us then, because we're literally putting a target on ourselves.
What's it called?
Control weather.
That's what I thought. Okay. It's a big boy spell.
Yeah.
Moving to a place where you don't have a clear path to the sky ends the spell early.
Do we have a clear path to the sky?
You would if you were outside.
Well,
Also,
I mean, when we
it
are
is
outside.
concentration, but yes, you could probably. Yeah, I'd say, depending on what you got going on here, you could definitely try to make a change. You would have to step outside, though.
You first.
Is that what we're doing? Does anybody else want to make any other preparatory actions before you step out?
I have nothing else to prep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So you stand at the sort of edge of the Hartnell towards the door that leads out. You can feel sort of that anxiety build up as you sort of like take breaths in this cool and calm place inside the Hartnell, this place that's pretty much a mobile home for you guys, but way cooler. It's like a really nice Winnebago. Your place of comfort, though, and you're about to step out into the plane of fire. So, who's opening the door?
I will. I have fire resistance, so.
Okay, it will take 10 minutes for the control weather spell to take place. So,
Right.
okay. So,
So
oh, go ahead.
I was going to cast protection from energy on myself.
Is that concentration?
It is, but it would theoretically last through the casting, right?
Yeah.
Until the other spell takes effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll do that to give myself resistance to fire.
Okay.
While I'm casting.
Sure. So, protection from energy. Professor, you also have. Did you want to take your brain backpack with you?
Yeah, just in case. Why not?
Okay, so it's you can wear that, or you can wear the machine thing, which I think is broken.
The machine thing. I don't even have that anymore. I had to leave it back in Tranquist.
That's what I thought. Okay, I got fucked up. So I don't think you have anything else that you're wearing on your back. Okay, so it basically comes up, a couple other straps, buckles forward, goes around sort of it cinches at like your waist, and it belts on, and it basically looks like a scuba tank with a brain inside of it.
Nice.
And
I'm gonna name him Hank.
Okay, Hank the Illithid Brain tank is on there. You have basically tuned your wand to be able to tap into the abilities it gives you. Okay, so you step out and immediately into a rocky surface. Almost looks like the surface of an alien planet. Geysers of lava rocket up near and far away. The horizon itself is billowing with black smoke. It's hard to breathe out here immediately. It's ash. It feels like you're in a house fire. You can tell the heat itself is like that of an oven. You could quite literally, like, drop a piece of chicken on the ground and it would cook. It's not quite 300 degrees, but probably in the 250s, you think. But your protection from fire, which are you using investiture and flame?
No, right now I just have the cloak on that's resistance to
Okay.
fire, so I don't know how much that'll help.
Okay, so yeah, no, it's resistant to fire, and so you can feel the heat of it, especially where you're covered by it. You're particularly insulated. It's like wearing those like foil covered lava suits. The breathing is the hardest part. That doesn't help that. It does mitigate the heat, but you hear as you open it, the professor immediately is coughing, and Agnir walks out behind you. Are the two of you waiting until this is cast?
Yeah.
You
Okay.
should. Yeah.
I don't have fire.
Well, I guess the
resistance.
three of you. Asilius is also staying back unless he's got something to do. Okay. So Asilius sort of loading his gun. Alenia, spear and shield ready, looking out, preparing. Velios, bow in hand. Did you want to imbue anything yet, or are you waiting for
Nope.
that?
I'm gonna wait.
You step out, and the city of Brass could be further than 5 miles from you. But it does follow you, so I don't think that's what's important, right? So you can see both of you right now as you step out. There are the sky is black with soot and cloud. There's sort of that heat lightning that happens just from the friction of ash and fire percolating sort of in the air. Things swirl quickly. You can see several bits of the sky itself that's either on fire or beings of fire fly in it. You see this little dip of what looks like a solar flare or something licking at the top of the canopy. And that probably goes up a good 500, 600 feet before it even before the cloud cover hits. But that's relatively low in general. The city of Brass floating on its sort of piece of rock does gleam in the distance. It looks brassy, but you can barely make out the sounds of violence and flame. And you can see, while the arcs of heat lightning above you and around are mostly in the orange and yellow variety, you can see streaks of blue arcs above the city. You see every once in a while, you swear, like a small piece of maybe like a molten lava bomb or something just fall towards the city. You see every once in a while several figures will fall. You see a couple instances where there's a shimmer in the city of Brass itself, and you can't tell if like maybe a building fell over. And so over the course of the next 10 minutes, Agnir begins chanting and uttering in, hopefully, new climate for you. So, is there anything anybody wants to do in that time?
Can we hear all of this happening? Like, and see all this in the distance?
If you step outside.
Okay, then I can't comment yet, but...
Yeah. Like you can kind of make it out, but you're not oriented like at the city of Brass from the Hartnell's exit. So nothing. Don't have to. Just asking. All right.
No.
So Agnir chants and uses Arbica as a focus, and eventually the spell is complete. And what do you choose?
So my end goal is going to be a cool storm with torrential rain.
A cool storm with torrential rain.
Yes.
Okay.
But it has to change by stages.
Okay, so it's... how long do the stages take? I can open up, I guess.
1d4 times 10 minutes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a d4.
That is luckily a 1.
Okay.
So we can move from presumably unbearable heat to hot. And then calm to moderate wind.
Can change perception. It takes 1d4 times 10 minutes for the new conditions to take effect. Does it only move?
Moves one stage at a time.
Okay, yeah. So it would go from unbearable heat to hot. It would go. Did you want? It is currently. I would consider it overcast. And
Okay.
it would also be the winds here are moderate right now. You do know, as a Golgari and just your conversations, they can get up to storm. So or gale winds, like they can get really severe.
We'll go up to strong with the wind.
Okay, so make it a little bit stronger. Move down to hot, so it's like a strong summer storm. The fire and things around you don't die. It seems to persist through that, but over the course of the next 10 minutes, you do experience the beginning of rain. Starts to burn steam at the ground, like water on a hot skillet at first, and then by the time the 10 minutes finishes, it's hot. It's like 110 degrees, but you don't need resistance to deal with that at this point. The two of you with resistance, it feels more like a nice 70. The breathing, the only thing that's really heavy, but the clouds stay roughly the same, but the heat lightning in it seems to subside a bit. Again, more of this white and blue throughout. Yeah, it's not unbearable. It will be a bit uncomfortable, though. So, what do you want to do?
Well, we could probably start walking while I continue to change the weather.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll head out.
Yeah.
All right. Elenia, Valios, and Asilius step out of the Hartnell. You close it behind you, or are you making it... is it just Hartnell? I don't remember.
Make it a heart-shaped volcano.
Be a very
Yeah, I'm
tiny
sure that'll be
volcano.
inconspicuous.
It's like rocky terrain.
Yeah,
but
it's like lava rock, that sort of smooth. A lava flow came through and cooled and settled. Very much like that. It's actually a little slick now that you have rain on it.
Okay. Are there areas that are sort of like up, like boulder, like?
Yeah, it happens. It would look it would look irregular for the topography here, but some people don't. You see a thing, you see it. You don't necessarily.
Sure.
There's also a perception filter on it, but it would definitely be less conspicuous to do it. Just like you look at it, it's gonna stick out a little bit, but you think people are kind of preoccupied right now, so unless someone's looking for it, it should be fine.
I'll go with sort of a lava rock thing.
Sure, looks pretty good.
Okay.
Little bit of lava
With
can trickle
a
down.
little carved heart in it.
Okay. All right. Right above the
Why do you
door.
give it away?
You gotta go. It's branding. It's a consistency thing.
Your branding got...
to make the major detour.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You don't know how to undo it, so that's what it is.
Got him. Click. Pockets the key. All right. So, in a 5-mile radius around you. 10-mile radius?
5-mile radius.
5-mile radius around you. There is a rainstorm.
This is weird.
This is
pretty,
weird.
It's pretty weird. You can see the edges of the storm just steam. It looks like kind of a wall of steam. In fact, it starts to obliterate the horizon, and after another 5 minutes, you know the direction it was in, but you can no longer watch.
I hope people are mostly preoccupied with the fighting, and there aren't creatures that are upset about the temperature change that are smart enough to find us.
Say we walk in on the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do?
That's a good question.
That's a tough one.
Do we jump to the aid of the Aarakocrans just automatically? In hopes that they can deal with the Tempest thing for us?
Well, if they do control the Tempest, that would be our best bet. Was to be on their side.
On the one hand, the Aarakocrans are invading. On the other hand, the city of Brass are full of slavers. So, I don't know if I feel that bad.
Yeah. But the Aarakocrans are also dicks, so I honestly don't really care either way.
I'll go with the ones that don't have slaves, to my knowledge, at least.
They had
we just freed a bunch of slaves.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh shit. Why does everyone have slaves? What's up with that?
They also have a strict social order.
Let's go with the
Where some people are
birds.
considered less than people, but yeah.
Or we just try to stay out of it and focus on the elementals.
Well, the Tempest is controlled by the Winddukes in a way, so we might be able to get some backup on the big fire boy, you know?
It's the Tempest's help. Which would
Why
make
was it so quiet the last time we came here? The Tempest was here. Did they not attack yet?
The Tempest is here.
Yeah.
Above the city.
Yeah.
Or the attack was already done.
Talk about quiet.
There's fighting today. Yesterday when we popped over, there wasn't a bunch of fighting.
You didn't stick around long enough to really suss that out.
Plus, we didn't get out of the heart, I'm pretty sure.
I peeked my head out and saw that. But
It was a pretty light purveyance of what was going on. So you don't necessarily know how long they've been fighting, but it was definitely, you're a little bit closer as well now, and now that you're walking, you spend a little time during the 10 minutes that those two looked at it and stuff. So.
All right.
Okay. That killed the conversation, I guess. All right. So you continue to walk forward, just towards the city of Brass in general.
I mean, yeah. Keep an eye out for any sort of natural threats on
absolutely.
the way.
I'd be looking out the whole time.
Right, I was about to ask. I forgot to change that for you. There you go.
I need to get another blanket.
So, you said you
I
want
feel
to
like I need to find the high ground with this art.
You have to find the high ground? Oh, does it sort of look like...
Oh.
Here, I'll show chat what I showed them. This is just, I kind of sometimes give little these things so they can have a little understanding of what they're looking at here. And so, it looks a little bit like... Why? I know it's not... Okay. What is it called in real life? Start with an M?
Mustafar?
Mustafar. My brain went Mogadishu.
No!
Which is not correct. And Operation Iraqi Freedom,
Jesus.
America.
We're the good guys.
Are we? Are we the baddies? Okay, so now that Sarah's back, you wanted to make a perception check?
I will.
I
Unless
know
Sarah
you
wants
did.
to.
She said
Yeah,
she
I
wanted
do.
to. She said, "Obviously, I want to watch out for bad
No,
stuff."
I said obviously we
Oh, okay.
should keep an eye out for natural threats.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, I can. I'm not the best at it, but I could absolutely, unless
it's up-
somebody else wants to volunteer.
Well,
I'll do it.
Two people can make any one check
Yeah,
for
I
this kind
can.
of thing. So,
Evaluates and I can do it.
sure.
28.
28.
12.
Is that a nat 1?
It's a 3.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anybody else wanted to make anything else, or are you good? Okay.
Egnir was just going to continue adjusting the weather.
Okay, what's he want it to be now?
Cooler temperature and stronger rain.
Stronger rain?
Yeah.
I'll just turn it up. There you go. That's what you fucking get, okay? I wonder if there's got to be, like... when we're in person, I can do this a little bit better, because then I can play it in the room, and it's a lot easier. That's actually a little too loud, probably. Is that too loud for you guys?
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Guys, is the rain changing volume for anyone else?
Harder rain is louder, idiot. So, with a 28, you said, huh?
Yep.
Not too shabby, my friend. With a 28, as you walk, what you do notice is that occasionally on the edges of this rain, that is now, of course, at the boundaries, it steams up. So you're kind of in a sort of a column of steam. It really obscures what you can see. You notice definitely that at this point the rain is like, it's better than the hot heat, but it's really uncomfortable.
Feels like Louisiana in summertime.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit less than that since the second stage of the thing. But the first one definitely felt like a sun shower in Louisiana, and everything just got humid. This one is starting to turn like the ash that's just naturally on the ground into sort of this like slick mud, and your feet sort of like slide from under you a little bit every once in a while. And it's a little frustrating to traverse. It doesn't really affect much. If you had to make a lot of fast movements, I would consider this rough terrain. If you were walking, which you guys barely do. You can see occasionally through the edges of the steam. Like it's not like always 100% the steamiest on the edge, and sometimes you can, if you pay attention, especially with the 28, you can make out that you are headed in the right direction towards the city of Brass, which is particularly easy to see due to its sort of gleam every once in a while. What's happening in the city of Brass is very hard to see at this point, but you can orient yourselves and continue to move. And what you begin to notice further in is that those sort of licking flames that were up in the clouds no longer do that. There doesn't seem to be as much activity. So whether they were creatures or they were just sort of facets of the clouds themselves, it doesn't look as dangerous insofar as fire is concerned to traverse. Did you want to make any further changes as you walk?
Yeah,
As
I'm
Agner
going to
did?
keep tweaking
Okay.
the
So
temperature until it's like
Okay,
cool to
so
cold.
we'll use these as our stages of travel. So does anyone want to do this during this stage of travel, which I think takes another 10 minutes or whatever, 1d4?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll just do perception every time. So
okay, so you were several miles out. I'd say probably 5 miles or so at this point, and at a decent pace, we'll call it a 12 to 15 minute mile, just because you guys are trying to jog, right?
No.
Trying to conserve
just-
sort of energy back. Okay.
We're like mall walking.
Mall
I
walking,
guess.
sort of a 15er, especially for people that walk a lot, like you guys. The only one that has any problems with this is Professor's shins are burning a little bit. The mall walk feel. Okay, so we'll do the next stage of that. Am I gonna have to turn up the rain or what?
do you want more perception checks or no?
Yeah, make another. Yeah, just yeah.
Going more rain.
Oh, I figure if it's heavy enough, it'll drown out the fire creatures.
Oh.
31.
Okay. Not too bad. And so
Nothing
just
sneaking up
heavier
on
rain,
top.
or are you still keeping the temperature? It was around 100
So
something. I'm assuming it's probably closer to in the 90s now.
Yeah, so
Okay,
my
give me-
end goal is like an October rain.
Okay, so like 50s,
Yeah.
maybe 40s at times, dipping into rain, a little bit of bluster. Okay. Definitely at this
Like
point,
a torrential rain.
I'll give you about 20 degrees each time, which is a fast drop for any of you who live. Well, we all live in Michigan
This is like
and
ecological
Wisconsin.
terrorism.
No, it's pretty much just an afternoon in May.
True.
That's why I defy the Golgari.
Yeah. You kind of get that. Uh-oh, are we gonna have a tornado feeling? As the temperature
God
goes,
damn it.
boom. So yeah, you're able to get it around 70, which would normally be comfortable, except the rain continues to pour even harder. You're definitely seeing with a 31, as Egnir sort of maintains control, and just you can see the little gem on the on Arbica. You can see it gleams as part of the concentration of this spell. There's a little bit of rain inside of it or something, or it looks like there's weather inside of it happening, but just like barely. Like when you focus on it, you sort of lose that sensation, and it just sort of looks like a gem. And then when we sort of glance at it at times, it sort of expresses that. It's interesting. The lava pits that you are walking by occasionally still glow. It seems like the purveying sort of general heat of the elemental plane is not going to be quelled by a little bit of rain. But the ground itself, slick with ash, lava rocky, definitely at this point a little hard to move horizontally very quickly. The sky itself is much more comfortable, like the air and everything. The clouds seem like there's occasional arc of lightning, but it doesn't come to the ground. It just sort of sparks up top. The steam is real, still the same sort of steamy. This rain is less humid now, though, so it's a little bit. Even though it's a little bit harder and a little bit colder, it's not as muggy and uncomfortable. And then, as you continue to traverse, Evelios, you feel a very distinct rumble, like in the surface.
Did anyone feel that?
No?
No.
Take a second. There's this sort of vibration that wasn't there.
There's
before.
something rumbling either underneath us or as we get closer to the city, but I can't tell. It would make sense if we were close to the city and there was fighting. There would be a lot of rumbling. But
I don't We're not that close, are we?
Don't think we'd be close enough to feel that.
Volcanic activity, maybe?
Could be that. Could be something that lives under the surface.
Shit. Okay. Should we try to fly? Give ourselves some...
Wouldn't be a bad idea, but only 3 of us would probably be able to fly at the moment.
It's starting to really pick up, and at this point, you guys can feel it as well. And you
Oh,
can start to
shit.
see in the water, like little pools, the Jurassic Park thing is happening.
Oh god. How long does it take for you to summon Aurora?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh shit.
So,
on.
I can scoop up one of you, and we could go.
I can
In
cast
this
fly on
meantime,
myself.
I'm gonna imbue Mistral just to be safe.
Okay. Blood runs down the
Oof, I'm taking that one.
string. Imbued in. What do you want to do?
I mean, I can levitate myself 20 feet.
What about Agnir? He's concentrating
You
on a
could
spell.
turn into...
I could still wild shape.
Yeah.
True.
Fly is up to 10 minutes. I thought it was a minute for some reason.
No, it's 10.
Oh great.
Yeah, if we do that, then all of us get in the air, though.
I can
Yeah.
cast fly on anyone who needs it.
Yourself. Oh, no,
Yes.
actually...
Starting to feel.
Yeah, it'll be you. I'll scoop up
lot of
Icilius
movement.
and then fly us up.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
cast
then I'll-
fly on myself, and does Agnir
Take
need it?
Professor. Take Professor.
Why?
So
I can
she doesn't have to waste a spell slot, and I
Yeah,
still use
but Liv's just
Levitate.
levitating. We don't know. Well, okay, I guess. I'll grab Professor then.
Okay, so you grab Professor.
Icilius will use levitate and float up 20 feet.
Levitate 20 feet up. Technically, you don't have locomotion. I know we've been allowing it.
Yeah, can't you have to like push yourself around, right?
Technically, this is true. I'll say that it's not been that since we've been able. You can move, not dash, but you can move 20 feet. Horizontally, we'll say it's a special thing. And I assume Valios pops up too. How high is everybody going right now?
I'll match it with as far as Icilius can go, so
I'll be up 40.
20 feet.
Okay, so you feel that, and Agnir is doing what?
I'm gonna wild shape. I'll do giant owl.
Okay. Owl form, and you are able to, under wild shape, maintain concentration. And there's a moment that goes by. You of course lose the sensation of rumbling. You look at each other. There's of Agnir. Valios's wings also beat. He sort of circles around. Alenia sort of holding Professor in place. And I'm assuming you're just like right next. Are you just right next to Icilius? Is that what you're kind of like? You're kind of there for. Okay. As you all take to flight. Out of the center where Icilius was standing,
Oh, fuck.
you see orange open up. At first, you see what looks to be just a hole of lava about to spring forward, and then the hole comes with it and leaps up. What's your AC?
Icilius 19.
With exactly a 19.
Oh my god.
What's Professor and Alenia's?
23.
19.
19.
But I'll cast shield if I can as a reaction.
Okay. Professor and Elenia, you boom sort of bounce away as the shield protects you. And Agnir, Agnir and Avelios, you're fine as you see a tower that rises about 30 feet into the air that seems to be made of lava stone. Straight up swallows Icilius.
What?
Well,
Excuse me?
I'm gonna need initiative.
nice.
What the fuck, bro?
Not bad. Good, good, good.
Oof.
Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. Sorry, buddy.
Okay. 25 or more.
27 for Icilius.
Okay.
I love or more.
Icilius. It's the most ridiculous ever thing. 25 to 20?
22.
22, Avelios. Okay. 20 to 15.
17.
17 from Professor. Okay. Agnir and Elenia?
9.
4.
Okay.
Wow. Just.
Look, I'm carrying Professor. I've got a lot in my hands right now.
Okay. So, you see this strange tower of magma and stone swallow Icilius. And Icilius, in that moment, I'm not switching the screen yet because nobody can see anything. In that moment, you take, but right before your turn, you take. Wow, what the fuck? There we go. 28 fire damage.
Still above 200.
And you feel yourself being moved downward. What do you want to do?
Can I get a hand on the trigger of my gun?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics check. As these hot walls of magma close in around you and you start against your magical armor and stuff. It doesn't start melting, it just starts to hurt.
14.
14? That'll be enough to get towards your gun, sure.
Okay.
So
I
you
would
get
like
a hand
to
on your gun,
pull the trigger twice.
just towards the bottom. All right.
Whatever I'm engulfed by.
Sure. I'll say.
Whatever the problem is, shoot it.
True.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll attacks.
So, anyways, I started blasting.
31.
That'll hit.
Shadow barrel, 1d12. 18 necrotic.
Okay.
And then 36
Sure.
Jesus.
for 21 force damage with the weave barrel.
Okay.
And then I can teleport within 30 feet of the target.
To a space you can see.
It doesn't say I have to see yet.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
You definitely have to see.
Okay, well then I'm just
I
gonna
guess
keep
it was.
popping
I guess I considered it implied that you could see it when you shot it with a gun, but Yeah, no, you.
Not in the
just-
rules. There are plenty of
Yeah.
things you don't have to see.
Well, absolutely. That's why I'm the arbiter of the rules.
Then I'm just gonna keep punishing it.
Keep punishing it. Okay.
Yep. 29 to hit.
Okay. That'll hit.
The D12. 16 piercing
Okay.
damage.
Plus. Okay. All right. As you hear from the inside of that, the muffled sounds of shots, you hear as this horrible opening blossoms, and you see this.
Oh God.
Oh,
Super
Nope.
zoomed in. Oh Jesus Christ!
Its
so
mouth
big.
opens in four like blooms with magma teeth, and Icilius
Be aware.
is rocketed out in a spew of magma as it seems to have vomited from the reaction of the damage from within. And I need, because you are all within range of this area of effect, Evelios, put yourself somewhere over here, like there-ish. Professor and Alenia are right around here. Egnir's closer to here. Although he is a giant owl, right? So he's large, I believe.
Yes, large.
Okay, so let's do that. And then Icilius, you are. Let's roll a d4. The best, of course. You're gonna be 20 feet this way, so you're gonna be over here. And then all of you need to make me a dexterity saving throw as it spews up magma everywhere around it. Liquid magma.
Is Icilius included?
Oh yeah, you were inside it.
Okay. I didn't know if it would just be like.
In fact,
auto hit on it.
yours was with disadvantage. Not that it might probably matter.
Okay.
For you,
9. Remember your plus sevens, friends.
27.
Oh, 19.
And 17. 16 for Ignir.
Okay, so anyone that got under 18 takes 25 fire damage.
Ouchies.
Halved on a success to 12. And if you succeeded and you're resistant, it's 6.
Okay, and yeah, I made the concentration check on the weather.
Okay.
Thank God.
At this point,
Just fly away.
it is Evelios' turn.
Oh, I'm not an owl anymore.
Yeah. You're not an owl anymore?
No.
Oh, did that
I had
drop?
19 hit points.
Oh.
Oh, so you were up a little bit as well. In fact, hold on, let me see which space you fall into in case you're not next. Okay, you're not next to it. You are right here. And you were up 30 feet, if I remember correctly.
Probably.
So at the
yeah.
beginning of your turn, we'll see if we have to deal with that. As you can start going, "Ah," but in French. Okay, so Evelios, you're up, my boy. Remember, if you are on the ground, it is rough terrain right now because it's super slick from all the rain.
Yeah, let me see.
Is it too late to take a reaction?
Reaction. Well, was Evelios or Icilius going to take the reaction?
Ignir.
What was the reaction? It's contextual, but
I was going to use absorb elements to reduce the fire damage, and then I would have kept the owl form.
Can you can cast an owl form?
I have beast spells now, so anything that doesn't require material components, I can cast full wild shape.
Does it require a material component?
It's just somatic.
Then go for it.
Okay.
That's cool. So you see this fiery shield get absorbed by Egnir's owly form, which is cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So then
Icilius would have a hard time reacting to that. That was a cacophony of weirdness, but yeah, that's fine. So Avelios, you are imbued, and molten volcano worm.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna use my blood curse of the marked and amplify it.
Ooh, what's that do?
Get an extra hematic craft die for this turn.
Okay.
So I get an extra D10.
All right.
We're gonna make 2 attacks.
Sweet. All right.
And then my first
Just
roll
from right
gets
there. Or
advantage.
did you want to move?
No, I'll stay right here.
Okay.
For now.
So you pull out Mistral, imbue it, and
Okay, so the first one is a 30 to hit.
okay. You guys see Avelius's eyes darken black and almost like with a little bit of that deep red blood, and you see shots come out.
29 damage for the first one.
Okay.
And the second one is a 21.
That'll hit. Barely.
Uh, 19 damage for the second one.
Okay. All right.
Then we're gonna go whoop. Move
Okay.
away from the giant worm.
Professor, you are being cradled by Elenia. How did you take a lot of damage last time, or did you save?
I saved, so I took 6.
Okay, so just a little bit splooshes on you. Managed to get that off.
How far
Shut
off
up.
the ground
You make a dick joke.
20 feet off the ground.
Did you giggle and get it off? You did.
Funny. Think about the words you say before they come out of your mouth.
Just like you did. Anyway,
Okay, I'm going to
switching back here so you
cast-
can see Sarah's disappointment.
I'm gonna cast a 2nd level chromatic orb, and I'm gonna try for. Let's go with acid.
Okay. Make a spell attack.
That is a 27.
27 will hit. So you shoot a little ball of acid towards it.
21 acid damage.
All right. 21 acid damage as it just pops right through the rocky and magma-covered sort of shell of this beast, and it sort of goes in and then pulls back out, and just this mixture of acid and lava blood? Question mark. This little puncture hole. It seems to have done a decent amount of damage. All right. Anything else you want to do? You can freely get out from the grasp of Elena. You are up 20 feet though.
I will. I'll Misty Step to the ground and 10 feet away. 20
Okay.
feet down, 10 feet over.
Sure. And then you also have movement. Do you want to use
And then I will move.
It is half
5,
speed.
10, yeah, 15.
it? All
I'll
right.
go there.
Sounds good. Okay. Next up is the worm. So it's going to look around like a beast, and it's going to see Egnir as a big burb, and it's definitely going to try to consume the bird.
Chicken.
As it just is probably trying to eat something. Okay. Ooh, natural 16. I definitely think that hits bird. Okay, so it moves over. In an arc, it goes, and it just arcs down and consumes Egnir, who initially takes from the bite. You take 18 slashing damage, I guess. Yeah, piercing damage, sort of piercing damage. As the you get sort of ground, it drops the form. I assume you said.
Yep.
Okay. And as that happens, it dives under. As it comes down and burrows down into the magma on this side, eventually leaving space. But before it does, its tail on the end tapers to a long sort of stinger-like protrusion, and on the way in, it takes a swing at Alenia with its stingery tail.
God damn it.
Natural 19 definitely hits. So as this comes around, and you see Egnir get swallowed and starts burrowing under the ground away from you, both of them disappearing from sight. Although they do leave a decent sized, we'll call this the magma hole, other magma hole that it came out of. The tail comes over, and it at first you think it's going to be like a stinger, or it's going to hit you or something, and actually grabs you like fiery tentacles. So initially from the hit, you take 17 fire damage from the, and then it's going to try to pull you in. I need you to make a strength saving throw, which you're good at.
Okay. 23.
23. Well, let me do the DC in my head. 8, 6, 14. You just saved.
Bro.
Woo! Woo!
Well, let's hope it doesn't get me.
As you rip off the tentacles that try to drag you behind, and it disappears under the ground.
That's not good either, though. Because it has our friend.
It is Egnir's turn. At the top of the turn, you take 31 fire damage.
Okay, I will absorb element.
Okay, with another reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what would you like to do? You definitely know that it dove down and went under the magma here. And are you still concentrating?
Yes.
Okay. Master of concentration.
Am I able to cast a spell?
Depends on what you're trying to do. Basically, you're going to have to make a check to get to any materials. Somatic will have to be a check as well, though it's easier. And then verbal will be a check, just because you're being swallowed. Next up is Alenia, of course.
I guess I'll just use my poison breath, actually.
Okay, that'll work.
Let me pull up that stat block here.
So, as part of your union with the Numai, the Green Dragon Queen of the Veresan Glades, you have picked up some dragony aspects over the course of time. one of which being poison breath that you are able to exhale. No problem with that. You can absolutely use that in this situation without a check. And you let it go. Is it a save?
It's a DC 15 Dex save, but if I'm inside of it,
It will have disadvantage.
Okay.
And it does fail.
$15, 26, 28 poison damage.
Okay. You're not sure how effective that was. You're inside of it, so you don't know.
Okay.
Alright, so that's your action, reaction.
I think that will be it.
Okay.
Much for Boniac.
Alright. Next up is Alenia. You can see it. You can see it burrowing down into this magma layer.
So, which direction did I see it burrow down into? Like, can I tell?
It went like this.
Okay, so could I like guesstimate where it is underneath the rock?
You could try. You can roll an intelligence check for a hint, and if you fail, you just gotta wing it.
Okay. Oh, come on. 5.
5? Probably in somewhere in this area.
So is this a hole right here?
It is a hole for the moment, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like it's not like. Do you want to look in? Like, are you looking in after it? Because you can see
it burrowed through this hole down.
Correct. You saw its tentacles sort of go away, and then there's a beat, like there's a moment.
So if it's going,
and then you look
this way.
You look down, and like a sheet of ice on a lake, you discover you are on top of flame, like lava. This entire magma shelf sits upon the lava. So it's about 3 feet of thickness or so before it gets to that point, and you can see it slowly fills in. It is a semi-solid. It's lava is still rock and stuff. So it takes a second, but the worm itself seems to have disappeared from sight within the lava.
But you said it went in this direction.
Roughly?
God, this is such a big spell to risk. I'm gonna plop right here, hoping that I can.
So you're landing here?
Guess where it is? Yes.
Okay, as you land on the ground.
And I'm going to use Destructive Wave and slam my spear down into the ground.
Okay.
And create a 30-foot radius wave of energy. It needs to make a Constitution save if it's in that radius.
Strike the ground, creating a burst of divine energy to ripple outward from you. Each creature you choose within 30 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw to thunder damage, as well as radiant or necrotic damage, and be knocked prone. Interesting. Okay, so a 30-foot radius. You do get to choose. So no one's affected but that. 30-foot radius from you is here, 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 here. Okay. It's a Constitution save?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your DC?
21.
Okay. and then go ahead and roll damage for it. You don't know what's happening though,
Okay.
so I'm not gonna. You do strike the ground, and there's a little crack as you, and you can see in a 30-foot radius around Alenia, the entire magma sort of, let's call it ice for now, it ripples out and then caves in a bit. It looks like someone threw a baseball at someone's windshield, and it just has that sort of crack and indent from the radius outward. And she sinks immediately like 2 feet herself. And you see out of these two fiery holes that were just dug, a little bit of magma spurts out and lands around.
That's 15 thunder damage.
Okay.
And 17 radiant damage.
$17 radiant damage. Okay. Okay. So, sadly, I can't tell you if anything happened there. But,
Hopefully, and it takes half as much if it succeeds.
correct.
So, yeah. Let me see. Is that an action or a boniac? It's an action. I'm just gonna fly up with my remaining movement, so I'm not on that broken ground.
Sure.
And kind of hover above.
Okay. Just a little bit, like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, top of the round is Icilius. You saw everything that just happened. What do you want to do? After this is Velios.
I don't know. I don't have a lot.
You can always hold an action, of course, if you'd like to. It's not as efficient, of course, as normal fighter stuff, but
I guess what I'll do could be stupid. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy
okay.
and cause harmless tremors in the ground for a minute and try to lure it back to the surface.
Okay. Interesting. Right where you're at, or did you want it somewhere else?
Within 30 feet of me, so I guess I'll center it here.
Right there? Okay. I'll put a little... Icilius is well known for hot pink, so we'll put it right there.
And then I'm just going to try and move closer to the Paladin's aura.
All right. By the way, I've figured out what I'm going to retool with that, but that'll be after today. I think you'll like it. It doesn't take away too much power, but it also doesn't make it just sort of like this boring static number. I think you'll like it.
What do you mean?
Your aura, that's just, we kind of just like added number to it.
Oh, I mean that's just base paladin aura anyway, but
I know. I think you'll like what I've got it anyway.
okay.
Pretty excited about it. Finalizing the Valkyrie subclass. Okay, so that's the end of that. Velios, you're up. There's a slight tremor over here as Icilius casts some magic. You just see this little. You see the sort of the rain and the puddles that came on here. Sort of looks like you put them on the top of like a base, and it's just going.
Gonna move a little closer to Alenia.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna hold my attacks for when it pops up.
Okay. So you get the bow out, and you're surveying the area. Professor.
All just going to get swallowed in one go.
Hopefully it pops up though.
Hopefully it pops up.
Professor's gonna cast fly.
Okay. Just on yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
And fly up 45 feet.
45, okay. Okay, so you
And then
fly up 45 feet. and hover above these horse people. Your rightful place among them in your hierarchy.
So stupid.
I don't know, and I'll move like 15 feet over.
Okay. All right. You're up, Purvey. You can hear still the rumbles underneath. Okay. All right. As this happens, you feel Icilius, you're the only one on the ground still. You feel a little rumble still from your thaumaturgy, of course. How long does that last? Does it persist?
It's a minute.
It's a minute. Do you have to concentrate on that?
Nope.
Okay, so just a little rumble action. And then it starts to grow. And then out of both of these, lava splashes up out as if forced through the hole. I do need Alenia and... Well, actually, all of you but Professor make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God, why did I stand so close?
Dex saves.
Don't
The
stand so
best.
close to me.
24, because I think I'm outside of the aura still.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Uh, 28.
Let's say like a million.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a lot every time.
So it's incidental. So Alenia's the only one that takes full damage here. 14 fire damage. The other two take 7 fire damage as you get splashed and then erupting from very near the source of the thaumaturgy rumble.
Oh, baby.
Not anymore. Is the worm as it comes up and tries to clap at something. It does not seem to be successful in its endeavor. However, at the beginning of its turn, Agnir does take more ingestion damage, and you take 19 fire damage. And at this point, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I take damage on my turn and it's.
Well, you're at the top of the round anyways. You can't do anything else, so it's basically your turn. But as this happens, Velios, you do get attacks.
So,
Okay.
would I be able to absorb elements on that damage?
No, it happens before your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, either way. It happens on at the end of its turn, the beginning of your turn. So.
Okay, so I still made the save. Strength. 14 strength save.
Okay. What was Velios?
For my attacks?
Yep.
31 and 21.
Okay.
That's a crit. Yeah, it's a natural 19.
31. Oh, because you got your
It's the Hematocraft.
right.
Oh no, not that. It's Caius's thing.
Oh, Brother's Wrath.
Yeah, because that auto crits if without
If
its
you
activated,
activate
right?
it, it's a bonus action.
Oh shit! Yeah, never mind. That's normal. Because it's not my blades. Yeah. First one. Oh, that sucks. 12 damage.
On the 31. Okay.
Yeah.
Rip.
And the next one is I dropped a dice. Where's my what? Oh, there it is. This one is 17.
Okay. And then 17 more. All right. And as that happens, it's up and it clamps at nothing as it leaves another hole where it's at. And then you hear a sort of like a and Hegnir, you fail your strength saving throw and descend further into its gullet.
Oh. We need to get our druid back.
So, Agnir, Top of the round, you already took the damage from it. What do you want to do?
It's the biggest thing I can wild shape into.
Become a dinosaur. Wanna?
See a lot of larges. The fuck is an onyx?
In
Pokemon.
In Onyx?
Pokemon.
In D&D?
I have a huge beast called an onyx, Onyx, with a speed of
ONYX.
400 feet. What the fuck?
From Forgotten Realms, apparently. Is it a,
Is it a cat?
let me see.
Yes. Doesn't make any sense. It's a huge cat. This is.
Oh, that's an Acquisitions Incorporated. Not available.
Oh. That's fine. I had no idea what the fuck it was.
Yeah. It's just large anyway. Would be enough.
Yeah, fuck it. Nothing terribly big, so I am going to, I guess, just try to blight it from the inside.
Okay, does it
That's
take
a mood.
verbal, somatic, and material?
Verbal somatic.
Just verbal and somatic? Okay, so it just lowers the DC. So go ahead and make a, just roll a d20 and add your wisdom modifier. No proficiency.
16.
16? Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and cast Blight. What's the save?
DC 19 Constitution.
Constitution.
Probably not ideal. But
He does save.
Shapeshift into
Or
a
it
mental
does save? I don't know. I don't know how lava fireworms reproduce or how they organize themselves. There's some shitlord fucking firewormers like, there's only two genders, warm and worm.
I'm surprised you can even blight like a rock elemental type creature.
Oh, you can blight anything. You don't know
Anything
how,
Sure.
living will take
Sure.
necrotic damage.
you just don't know how.
Interesting. Just like the flavor text of the spell, it's like draining moisture from it,
Yeah.
and if it's a rock thing, but whatever.
I guess we'll see if it happens.
43 necrotic halved to 22.
Wait, 21. We round
21.
down. Okay, so, what the how, wait, what? How did that motherfucker? Oh, you must have used points for that. Never mind. Someone did the
What?
Ellie emotes without a sub badge, and I was confused.
Oh.
But it must be points. Anyway, thank you for loving Ellie. We love you too. She will be the big bad of the next campaign.
We'll just put
As
her
we
on the
literally
board.
just put her on the board, and her tail goes.
Swat those minis.
So
She already eats them, so.
necrotic damage. Okay. 21 necrotic damage is not enough for it to throw you up. As it's just fine, but it is above the surface now. Is there anything else Agnir wants to try to do? But you can see on the outside of this, about midway down from... It stands about 25 feet up in the air when it pops out, and it's probably, the length of it is probably like 50 feet. But as it stands up about 25 feet, about 15 feet down roughly, you see this like darkening and blackening of the stone that starts to chip away and fall off, and it goes... It makes a terrible noise.
No, that is all I've got.
Okay. All right. So, Alenia, you're up. Icilius is at the top of the round after this.
Okay, I'm just gonna fucking go for it.
You're gonna go for
charging straight at it.
it. Okay. And you're just gonna hurt it.
I'm gonna smack it.
You
Stab
smack it. So you stab it. Okay.
A natural 1.
Natural
going in dice jail.
1.
That's going in dice jail. That one's been rolling like shit all night.
Here.
Stop!
A natural 1, you said?
Yeah,
Did you confirm it?
I rolled a 2.
That's literally a fucking failure. That's the you
You're
have
level
to
18 or 19?
you have to roll
Or
a-
19.
You have to roll a 2, yeah.
I thought you had to roll a 1 if we're 19.
1 is at 20.
Oh.
Only double
F.
one. Only double ones for a 20th level character. So,
Oh,
Urgh.
I think the last one was Jerdun's sword into the acid lake. So
how about this? How about this? Go ahead and roll damage and do whatever you're gonna do.
Oh, God. What friendly fire again? Don't make me do this.
You were gonna smite the fuck out of it, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, but
I'll allow a low level smite since that was the intention because you do find purchase. It goes in easier than you imagined it would.
oh god, and I rolled okay on that.
I'll let you for the friendly fire have a first level smite if that's the slot level you want to use. You can use the lowest
It's
slot
still-
level you'd like.
I'm pretty sure first level is still 2d8. So.
It is a decent amount of smite. I'm just saying.
Okay.
This is gonna be when I lose concentration too.
Yep. And then
Oh
the
my
heat
God.
fucks me up.
29.
29
radiant damage.
What? Oh my god, dude. Okay, so your spear goes in and you actually lose grip of it and it just sort of like you catch it at the end and it just slides right through what seems to be an opening already in the in its shell, its carapace. Maybe it fell off from the stuff before, but you're impressed with yourself. Like it was like butter. And then you hear very French, "Oh!" from the inside as Egner, you take 29 damage from that. Oh! So go ahead and roll a concentration check.
I'm so sorry.
We don't get many crit failures nowadays. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Come on.
So it's
29. So 28 halved,
Have.
which
14.
is 14.
I rolled a 14 on the dice.
Oh, thank God.
All right. Okay. So,
Oh.
Alenia, at this point, you pull the spear out, and there's blood on it, and you go, "Oh no!" and here, so
Shit.
you have another
Okay.
attack if you'd like it.
Another attack.
Okay.
Please don't.
It's okay. It's not an out one.
All right.
It's a 25.
25. Okay, that definitely hits.
Now I know where you are.
You aim up a little bit more.
Oh my God. And let's do. Oh, do I want to blow like a big smite on this? Let's do 4th level smite.
Okay.
Big guns.
All right.
Mm. I don't have enough d8s to roll it all at one time. I think I'm missing one more. Yeah.
Icilius and Velios on deck. technically, Ivelios is what they call in the hole.
I am in the hole.
Here's a little baseball for you.
And roll the 1. That's just 1.
No one was more in the hole than Alenia, though.
Ugh. Fuck off.
Second time he's injured Egnir.
38 points of radiant damage.
38 points of radiant damage. Okay.
Look, we had one battle, and from now on, forever, for some reason, I keep fucking hurting him. It's okay, he'll understand. He doesn't hold grudges. We're warriors in the line of fire together.
Baja, I'll go to a baseball game with you.
Me too.
Go to a baseball game.
I'll go for the snacks.
All right, you
Tailgate.
can all go. I was gonna go hang out with Baja, but if you guys want to come too,
Not allowed.
Baha said when we go to a baseball game, she'll buy me one of those ice creams in the helmet, so
Yeah,
I'm pretty hyped for
that's
that.
how you. That's
Hell
that's
yeah.
the way you have to live your life. So, yes, on deck is first. That's why Asilius is going right now.
Now I am on deck.
Yep, because Velios was in the hole,
Yep.
and now Professor is in the hole. These are real terms. Not making it up. This is what jocks decided to call things. So.
Should be banned.
So. What do you want to do?
I'm going to fairy fire
Okay.
on the worm.
All right. Can we get some bonks in chat, please?
What?
Why
Some
bonk?
some bonks in chat.
What?
Just do it.
Who's going to horny jail? Oh,
Nobody watching the VOD will ever know what
I
happened,
like
and that's
it.
okay. You should show up to the live shows, guys.
Are there conjugal visits in
The
horny
hole?
jail?
No, there's
Because
no.
I'll visit Baja.
No.
There's no conjugal visits in horny jail. That's why you're there. That's the point. It's rehab. Stop it. You don't get to fucking ride the dragon with the heroin. Like, come on. Fairy fire. It's a deck save, I think.
yeah, 17.
Oh my god! It rolled a 19. It saved, and it wiggles. It goes and it wiggles out of the way. I don't know what fireworms. I don't know how to dodge that, but it did. The dice said it did, so it did. By 1, for the record. So, that's your
We
action.
get owned by a worm before we can even fight a fucking phoenix.
Fuck this worm. I'm going to action surge and fairy fire again.
That's not how. No, you don't get to, Hannah.
Why
You
not?
Don't get to.
Oh,
Not you.
that's Hannah.
What did you want to say?
I'm going to action surge and fairy fire again.
Fairy fire. Okay. Another
You're both in horny jail now.
another one. Here we
I had to
go.
put that one in chat so her dad didn't see it when he watches the VOD.
Okay.
He
Okay.
watches the show.
Okay.
like, all the time.
I swear to God, I rolled a 19 on the dice last time, and I rolled an 18 on it this time. So nope.
God
Fuck
damn
you!
it.
Fuck you!
Double
fucking
burned
worm,
the
though.
action surge and 2 spell slots
Ow!
on a worm. All right. It's one of those days. One of those days. This is the
Hey
goblin.
guys,
This
can
is
we have a nap?
This is those tree people booby trap jungle things
Jesus
all
Christ.
over again.
Bro,
These
why
are those
I got fucking caught in a net.
the scorpions in the doorway of the fucking dungeon.
We one-shot the mummy, but with the scorpions. in the
Hannah one-shot the
doorway of
mummy.
it.
She
Yeah.
got like 138 damage at level 6 or some shit. It was nuts.
I'm going to use my Boniac to reload and
And
breathe.
see. Okay, so well,
Challenge every oath one you made me take.
Warm has dodged both fairy fires because, again, he is a shitlord and he would never.
You need to tell Elise about this.
Definitely. So, Evelios, you are up, my friend.
Same thing we always do. Shoot him again.
When
all I got.
everything's
Well-
a nail.
Well, if you want to, if you want to do something different, there's a big lava hole you could fly into. Since you know, I'm just tossing that out there. You could fly into some lava holes if you wanted.
There's a hole I do not want to be
Look,
in.
he's
We found one.
not being
All
honest.
right, nice. So you're gonna shoot the hole from afar, which is a skill shot. So very impressive.
33
Jesus Christ.
for the first one.
Okay.
And the second one is a 28.
I'm banning high-level players. Okay, yeah, you hit twice.
Oh fuck.
48.
25 damage for the first. No, 25 damage for the first one.
All right.
And the second one is 17.
17 damage. All right.
Yep.
Was that a total of 43?
25 plus 17, so 42.
42. Okay. Okay. Shoot it twice, and it goes in like near the mouth, and cleaves through part of it, and you just see part of its, I guess, four-sided jaw just sort of swing down, sort of attached by like dripping pieces of lava. Oh, Alenia, you did make a melee attack. I'm so sorry. You are going to take 7 damage from the attack that did hit. You don't take any damage from that one. My bad. You guys have just been staying at distance the whole time. Okay. So Evelios did the shoots. It's not looking good. Like pieces of it are like falling off. Its jaw is hanging open. The middle of it has like a radial band around it that's just necrotic, and the rocks have just started to slough off. Also of note, Alenia, there's a lot of heat coming off of this naturally, but the rain seems to be keeping that from affecting you, for the record.
Okay.
So thanks for, what did the kids say? You cucked me, Agnir. Professor!
Okay, I'm going to...
And he's maintaining concentration on them.
Good.
So far.
Incredible.
I'm gonna fly closer, and then I'm gonna do another,
Acid boy?
like, yeah, I'm
Okay.
forgetting the name of the spell for
Alright.
some reason.
Little
Chromatic Orb.
nice
That's the
little
word.
level 1.
No, I'm gonna do level 2.
Level
again.
2? Okay.
20...
Oh, is that one of
Three.
your... Is that one of your... Oh, no, it
Uh-uh.
isn't. Never mind.
No,
Misty
my
Step.
2 free ones are Shield and Misty
Shield,
Step.
Misty Step. What was the hit? Sorry.
23.
23 hits.
And then that's...
Everybody in the audience gets a bonk. Everybody on the cast gets a bonk too, I think.
Hey.
What do you mean, hey?
23 acid.
Just saw those fucking stockings.
How's that funny? They're just fishnets.
Those were really cute, though.
What the hell are they
Man,
for if you're not gonna be
fucking-
horny in them?
I'm being shamed.
You can
for
just like fishnet.
just
like,
being a woman that
knocking.
likes girly things.
Not like that, you can't. Too horny.
All right, this is slut shaming.
I am not slut shaming. I am slut encouraging. So, I'm an advocate.
All right,
Jake, 20,
maybe you get the bonk.
Jake 2024, free weed, and everybody gets to be a slut. All right. So, 23 acid damage. Roll me a percentile dice.
Don't
60.
like that.
60?
Mhm.
Agnir, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Just in here trying to survive.
Not allowed.
20?
20. Okay. You see in front of your face a flash of green light, and then just acid in holes on either side of your face as you're slowly getting sucked in by this. Top of the round for the worm. First thing first, it is going to continue to digest you. So I need a strength saving throw. Or pulled further.
16.
Pulled further, and you
Oh boy.
plunge into out from a very tight space and into a wider space. Within, you immediately fall into a pool of lava, which is worse than its digestive sort of. So that's 5d12 instead of d10. If that wants to do stuff. Is that really not doing anything? Really, bro? Okay, try it again. Okay, I'll be doing this manually, and it'll show up in the... Nope.
Oh,
okay.
there it goes.
We'll take the first one. We'll take the first one. We'll take the first one. 23 fire damage. That's much luckier than the 35 that happened.
So, absorb elements.
Okay. And
So 11.
around you in this space, while it is lava, it also has this mixture. It seems to be very naturally part of this. It's a little bit doesn't have like the stones and stuff sitting in there. It seems to be passing through. But you also see at the top of this stomach, sort of like wedged in, you do see a sort of white shape, little ovular, but it starts as an oval, and then at the end, the side pointing towards the lava, it's more of a like eaten away. And it's hollow on the inside. Seems to be jammed in, like there's some sort of like sharp implement on the front of it. It's about the size of a football, roughly. Go ahead and make a just roll d20.
14.
14. Okay. Plus the nature modifier on there would be
20.
pretty goddamn decent. This is very clearly the back of a digested Aarakocra skull, as its beak is jammed into the front of it. It's a little bit more long than like Evelios'. It doesn't look like an owl, but definitely seems to have been a Aarakocra experience. At this, the worm is gonna turn around and look at Alenia with whatever it seems to be sensory organs, and then it's going to dive down toward you, mouth agape. Oh my god. Well,
Are we gonna die to a worm?
no, because
Yep.
it missed, and it just smashes next to you, diving underneath the rock once again, as it leaves here
Finally.
and then here. Smashes underneath. Egnir's still in gullet, but it looked very hurt, and it starts to squirm away. Egnir,
You get back here.
Egnir, you feel the shift, and the gravity moves, and you are sloshed around. At the beginning of the turn, you take more of the digestives. At this point, you take 28. If you want to, is absorb element still in Or is that only on the damage? It's only on damage, right? It's not like shield. Yeah.
Until the start of my next turn.
Technically, it's still up, so you take 14 fire damage because your turn hasn't started until right now.
So 7. Yeah, we're good. Somehow, still good.
So you have felt that you have gotten shot back underneath this sort of magma ice shelf. What do you want to do?
Jesus Christ.
Yes. You guys are gonna kill the elementals in like 2 seconds, but this is...
Yep.
We successfully blew up an entire turtle city without taking that much.
He almost didn't get you. He almost got away, but he's taller than the height of the levitate.
I am going to do... Fuck it. 5th level Ray of Sickness.
Okay. Is that a save? Or a spell attack?
So I make a ranged spell attack to do damage, and then there's a con save against becoming poisoned.
Okay, the only thing that is an obstacle here is the sloshing of lava everywhere. Luckily, you are high level and also in magical apparel. You have enough time to try to cast Ray of Sickness in there, so go ahead and make an attack. Just normal is fine. Since I would normally give you disadvantage for all the jostlings. And...
29.
Oh yeah, that hits. What happens?
So I cast it at 5th level, which means it takes 6d8 poison damage.
Okay.
Oh god, terrible. 23 poison damage.
23 poison damage, okay.
And then a DC 19 con save, or it's poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Okay. And it seems to... well, I guess you don't know. You don't know. But definitely you hit it, and it seemed to, like, the inside of the stomach seemed to, like, warble. It's not really an organic sac like your stomach, but it seems to have some sort of digestive system happening in whatever way it's oriented. So, you're still there.
Okay.
All right. That's the end of your turn. Alenia, you're up. You saw it leaving.
I don't fucking know. It dove down here, right?
Yes, correct. It went from
What fucking direction did it
from
go?
right to left. Egnir definitely within.
There's no way I could, like, push through the lava, I don't think.
You can certainly try.
Okay. Well, that could get me in, but what would get me out? Fuck.
I don't know.
You can see. Okay.
You all have weird abilities, so I don't know what you're gonna do.
I'm gonna try to dimension door into where Egnir is inside of the worm. Or even just inside of the worm.
It's a moving target. Okay. Tell you what. I mean, make an intelligence check. We'll see how close you get. I mean, you're balancing trajectory, probability, the width of all of it. I mean, it's a tough one.
Olivia teleports into lava for no reason.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? It's a nat 1, so a 2.
Okay. Alenia disappears from sight as she steps through a slip in space. Alenia, you experience
Pain.
Suffocation.
How am I gonna get out if I don't know which way is up?
oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why,
I mean,
dude?
them's the submerged in lava amounts. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 18. Lava damage. Okay. Boy.
Oh no.
Let me just make sure.
Rip.
Alenia takes 111 fire damage. The rules as written is 18d10 submerged in lava damage.
Oh, that's
I
not.
have 36 hit points, baby.
Won't you take more beginning of next turn?
Yeah. Okay, so
Well, I didn't use any movement. That was just my action.
this
so
is
I
correct. You do not
So-
use any movement. Make me a perception check in this situation. Hey,
Level
if-
19!
that's the rules at level 1 for submerged in lava damage. That's I had to look it up because you've never been all the way under lava ever.
I think we have.
All the way under? No,
the
no, 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 no,
hell?
no, no. Oh, no, no.
I've fallen into the top of lava.
Yeah, you've been like
I'm not-
almost
I'm not-
in lava. You've been in lava. You haven't been submerged.
This is some Minecraft shit right here. We just
Woo!
fucking.
How much health does she have? She has a maximum of 210 hit points. But now she has in the 30s.
Like 36.
Yep.
Okay. Oh god. Okay. Oh my god. I'm so scared to roll this dice right now.
So perception check.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. A 19.
Okay. Due to the nature of your highly magical armor, is probably the only way that you're even able to perceive anything. You can't see much. You can hear rumbles, but more than that, you can feel the current of this lava lake moving. And you get bumped by something stony and slithery. And I'm gonna delete you from the map because they don't know where you're at. Yeah, you are somewhere under the lava, and you just got bumped by a thing. What do you want to do?
I need to get up and out.
It's right next to you, and it's moving.
Hold on. I mean, I only have movement. I don't have an action.
You have a bonus action?
I mean, I have a bonus action, but I don't have any bonus action.
Depends on what you want to do. There's free actions, bonus actions, reactions.
Shit. I guess I can thunder. No, that's an action. Fuck! Ah!
Is that to a place you can see?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't die in this fucking lava. I'm just gonna try to barrel my way out, like, upwards.
You're just gonna try to go up?
winter's gonna be fucking shit.
I mean, you're definitely under what you would consider the ice of this.
Is there a wound in the worm I can climb inside?
You have no idea.
Oh,
It's just brushing past you with stone.
I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to try to locate an opening in the worm. Whether it be a wound or like its mouth or something.
At this point, because it's fun and thematic, roll a survival check.
I don't want to use that dice. That dice is mean to me. That dice is why I'm in this situation.
Oh god.
9?
You managed to put your hand on something. Do you want to grab that something?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Okay, you grab a something. And you're holding on, and you start to be pulled. You're riding the worm right now. Is that what you want to do? You're strong enough to do without a check.
I mean, I wanted to try to use my movement to get in the worm.
I'm aware of this. It's moving at the same time you're moving. You don't know where it is. You don't have the perception to understand like what's going on. You just know you're you just know you're on the side of this. Well, I didn't put you there. I'm only dictating what the dice do. You got your hand sort of in. You can feel the heat from it. Dissipate a little bit as you curl your fingers around like what feels like a rock that's on the side of it. And now you're being sort of pulled. Unless you want to do anything with your bonus action, it's got to be Icilius's turn.
I think I have anything. Is that bonus action? Oh, that won't really do me much.
Should have played a mole. They have a burrow speed.
I just have to hope I don't die.
All right. Icilius, you see your patron that grants you the powers that just allows you to do several things disappear from sight going into a dimension door, and you don't know where she's at. You also saw the worm, as I'll give another view. So you're here, and the worm went like this. At least it looked to go this way. You don't know if it skewed off or went this way. Velios isn't on the ground to feel that. What do you want to do? Those are open pits of lava as they fill in. Remember, this is, from right here, it is a little cracked from Alenia. I just saw Sarah. It is a little cracked from her destructive wave. So, what do you want to do?
My shock blanket.
Bye, cry.
What the fuck?
Your faces are so much more interesting than the battle map right now.
I'm going to move 30 feet.
Uh-huh.
I gotta...
I mean, there's some panic here welling in all of you. Egnir's inside this fucking thing, and Eleni just fucking disappeared. You understand the gist of Eleni. You figure she's trying to save Egnir, of course.
I'm gonna try to bring the worm above ground and just hope for the best. So I'm gonna try the thaumaturgy trick again right here.
Okay. Thaumaturgy trick right here. All right. In classic.
Just hoping for the best.
In classic
you
hot
know?
pink.
Can't do anything else unless I climb in the lava too.
I
Yep.
know, I'm just saying, just hoping for the best, it turns out.
Okay.
Is the theme of today.
All right. So, Alenia takes 111 damage in the lava. You guys don't know that she's in that situation. You do know that you want the worm to come back up, so you thaumaturgy in the area again to send tremors out. You moved over. Thaumaturgy's right here. You can see it again. Starting to rumble on there, like, because of the rain, water on a base. Evelios, then Professor, what do you want to do?
I don't know what's going on, so I am going to
You
charge
def-
a smite.
Okay, you definitely know that Agnir's inside there, and then Alenia went after him. Other
Right,
than that,
but that's it. Like,
yeah.
other than that, like, I don't...
Yeah.
So,
Sorry, this is how I had to leave you guys.
this is me trusting that Elenia did the right thing, and I'm just going to charge a smite and wait on my attacks again.
Okay.
As long as I'm not
Have you revivify.
Look, as long as I'm not submerged,
The
we're
two,
good.
the two people that have it. Well, I foresee another option as well, but we'll see what happens. So,
Reincarnation.
Professor, well, assuming
no.
you survive. Professor, you see all of this happening. You're 45 feet up in the air. You see the multiple holes that are done. You see Icilius cast out thaumaturgy like before, which technically means Alenia's alive.
Oh my god. That's one way to gauge it, I guess.
You don't know where she's at. You do know that Agnir's in there, and you assume that she's trying to save him. So, with all that information,
So if I die, you don't even get Revivify anyway, right?
we don't know. We'll see what happens.
You got reincarnate. Bring it back as, like, a different race or something. It's fine.
So
If
I
I
know
can-
Alenia went after.
The complications are already going through my head. Don't worry about it. Just in case, I have no fucking clue what's gonna happen. So you do know Alenia went after, yes.
How are we gonna die to a
I have
random
no way of knowing
fucking
she's
worm,
in-
dude?
You don't have no way of knowing. You just haven't thought of it.
You saw me Dimension Door, so...
You definitely saw a Dimension Door. You know her personality. You fought a million times. You guys have chemistry. You know she went after Agnir. That's obviously true. She wouldn't just be like, fuck off, see you later, I'm going 500 feet directly up. So, you know that she is probably under the crust of this, somewhere adjacent to the worm. Hopefully she's
Okay.
in it. You know that Agnir has been swallowed. It's not good.
This sucks. Hold on.
The thing that does the
damn it.
most damage is definitely the environment here. And then being swallowed. So,
Bro, the Phoenix is gonna feel like a cakewalk after this. If we don't die.
I know what I would do in this situation, but I'm not you.
Where's the last place we saw the worm?
This one right here.
Which one? Sorry. Okay. Shit.
That one, and it went this way. Roughly. To the left. Leftward.
Okay, let me.
It tried to get Alenia, and then it couldn't. And then just splashed down next to her and burrowed through. So you don't know where it's technically at. You just know that it's in this direction. You know that he's thaumaturging in roughly this area, so...
Hold on, let me look at a list of all spells. I might want to use my
Okay, I mean...
9th level witch
I will
spell.
give you, because of the circumstances, I will give you 60 seconds.
Okay, shit.
So I am going to start a timer, and then we'll just see what happens. Stopwatch. Boink. Is
Are
it
you allowed to
going?
phone a friend for this?
Oh, the what?
Can she phone a friend for this?
No,
Can we help her?
of course not.
Well,
I mean, worst case, I could probably resurrect her with a wisp spell.
Okay. 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You can do more than that with a wish spell. You
I
can
know.
wish.
I know.
30 seconds.
Oh god, no matter what I do, can't just like
40.
Why are you timing seconds?
50 seconds. I said I'll give you 1 minute for this.
Okay, I get that's not gonna go well. I'm not gonna be able to find her, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay.
1. Okay.
I'm going to fly this direction.
All right.
Try and get. I think I'm 45 feet up.
You are
so
40. Yeah, I have a marker on mine. You're 45 feet up.
I would like to.
You want to be where?
I want to be able to get to the ground, if possible, but I don't.
What's the speed you have?
60.
60? 30 feet down? You could be 15 feet up in the air right there. Here you could be on the ground, right at the edge of this, or right next to Icilius, because of your height. You could also use an action to dash, technically.
I want to use my action for other shit, though. Assuming Galenia is doing the I gotta save him thing and is under the thing, the professor would know she's not resistant to fire anymore and that
That's
she's
correct.
probably fucked up.
That's correct. She would
Okay,
definitely
I'm
have-
gonna.
It's definitely dangerous for her to do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. Fly's concentration, though, too, and so is the thing I want to use.
Feels like a stall.
Shit. I'm really not trying to, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That doesn't have enough. Okay, I'm gonna drop to the. I'm just gonna hit the ground.
Right where you're
Hit
at? Okay.
it. Sure.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move as far as I can towards the direction I saw the worm last, which I think
Okay.
is like 15 feet.
Yeah.
Although this is
10, 15. I'll say that
terrain.
you use the fly. I'll say you use the fly though, because of the nature of the rough terrain right now.
okay. Well,
And you're standing sort of on the precipice of that hole, but there's enough.
that's where I need to be anyway. I'm gonna cast Investiture and Flame, and then I'm gonna get in the hole. I'll be immune to fire. It's fine.
Rebellios, what the fuck is happening?
Did they make a suicide pact and we don't know?
They make a suicide pact and we were part of it. Okay, so Investiture of Flame is concentration. Flame races across your body, shedding bright light, blah, blah, blah. You're immune to fire damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so technically you could be under the lava and 15 feet in here, kind of.
Great. Do that.
Or 10 feet. I guess you could be right here and under the lava if you want to be.
Sure.
Actually, hear me out.
Okay.
Well, just for I know the professor's trying to be efficient here. So if you wanted to fly over the lava, cancel the fly spell, bloop, into it. That wouldn't take movement necessarily, and then I would let you move 10 feet around in lava, unless you want to make. I mean, 10 feet's a lot even. I should only let. It's a lot, but because I'll say because of your immunity to fire, it doesn't have quite the viscosity to you, and you're able to move. If you want to try to make an athletics check, I'll let you do half speed in lava.
Okay.
It's for 15 feet.
Should have just wished the day to start over.
So you just
Reset button.
So you see Professor
Four.
wreathed in flame like a meteor as she falls into the lava pit. Bloop. 4. Okay, so you can move 10 feet.
Okay.
So 5, 10. You're under the crust.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Just gonna do.
Lava's viscous, so you can't really see through
Lava
it,
is
right?
in fact viscous. You cannot see through it.
Okay, so I can't even Misty Step because that requires line of sight,
Correct.
which sucks.
This is nuts.
It's just me and Azili. It's just on the surface, like, what the fuck
Nutty.
is going on?
Let me
You know
see
how to
what
drive
the
the heart?
object is. Hold on.
Yeah, you don't know. Neither of you know how to get out of this plane of existence.
The Hartnell's alive. If they showed up and were like, the professor's dead, I think the Hartnell would.
Yeah, I guess
Hopefully
at this
let
point,
them
it does
in.
have sapience now. So.
Yeah. Okay, and then where is my locate object? That's definitely an action, right? Okay, and then I'm just gonna have to wait until the next round when I can. She might be dead by then. Ah!
Okay, so investiture and flame, you are moving through. It is difficult to see. You did have a bonus action. Can't really do anything with it. Okay, yeah. So that's what happens. All right, that's Professor. Next up is Worm.
Please, God.
Okay.
The worm. I need you to save me, worm. My life is in your hands. All hail the worm.
The dice will decide. Actually, because this is interesting. We'll have to do it on the battle cam. So he's going to be rolling a d20. You don't know what for yet, but you'll be able to see it at least. Okay. Well. And this one. Yeah. Okay. So, as a result of those two rolls, the first of which, both were instinctual in nature. This is funny. I'll let you know after.
Is it funny?
You can ask me after.
I hate it.
Is it funny?
It's a little funny. It's a little funny.
How about after this, nobody voluntarily goes in lava ever again?
I did not think I would fuck it up so bad that I would...
It erupts from the ground again.
Oh, thank God, I'm not surprised.
Except for the actual red dragon, nobody else goes in lava.
That's true.
It erupts. And, you're not out of the woods yet. Elenia, you're not inside the worm. You're on the outside of the worm as it bursts through the surface of this. I need you to make a strength saving throw to hold on to it, and I can tell you right now it's high. But you're very strong, and you got good saving throws, so we'll see what happens. Chat, I'm gonna,
Give me
right
your
now,
energy.
don't look at chat. Don't look at chat. Don't look at chat. I'm telling them the DC, so we'll hear it.
Oh, that's not good. So...
You have any DM inspiration? You got anything you can add to this? Because now's the time.
I don't think I have anything else I can add. That's a 22.
It's a 22?! What the fuck?!
I rolled a 9
Whoa.
plus 7.
For the record, people who can't see this watching the VOD, I fucking typed 22 in the chat. That's the strength saving throw she needed. And you see Elenia roll out off in this direction.
Just singed.
So roll 10 feet this way. So
My poor wings.
one of these 3 10-foot squares away, right here, as she just steaming as the rain hits you
Which
immediately
direction?
right here. Holy fucking shit, that was nuts.
Bruh.
Well, as Alethea,
My life.
you
Oh
are
my God.
you are prone and laying there, and rain is going. As Agnir is able to maintain concentration, except it's Warm turn. So it
Get my attacks or just after?
well, first off, it fails to attack the trembling thing.
Seconds and one.
It doesn't It doesn't need anything at all. At the top of I guess it's at the top of your turn, isn't it? It's actually at the end of its turn. / top of your turn. Yeah, because it's not your turn yet, and you can. Okay, so it's at the end of its turn. So technically, you do get to attack it before this damage rolls over. So go ahead, because you were holding you were holding attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, wow.
Okay, so that is 29, which should hit.
That does hit.
Second one is a 24.
That hits.
The first one was a smite that I was holding.
That's correct.
Well, it's just 8 plus 12. 28 for the first one.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh, fuck, thank God.
Now we have to get Agneer out of its body.
Well, we'll see how.
I'm just gonna.
Hopefully it doesn't sink into the fucking lava.
Just 2 well-placed arrows.
Okay, so you let them loose. The first one, in like a depth charge, explodes with hemocratic magic, ripping the top half of it, falling into this secondary hole that it had just made, and it flops over. And now we are going to roll a percentile dice to see how much of its body is sticking out and whether or not Agneer is sliding back down into the lava. So, actually, let's make it a D20. Let's make it a coin flip. 10 or below. Agneer also goes below. 11 or higher. Agneer will still be inside this thing, but it will be laying across this sort of gap in between where it just emerged and where it headed before. Deal? Deal. So, it lays there across this sort of, it's almost like a worm bridge, as half of it sinks down into the bottom. This can stop. First off, you do take the stomach damage still, but I'm going to lessen it since it died.
Hey, Professor, you could come out now.
Well, you don't have that time yet, but well, maybe you can. You can call your shot as part of the end of it, Professor. You can come out now, and you just hear, Professor, you can come out now. As you're lava's everywhere. You take 18 fire damage, Agneer.
I'll absorb elements.
Is that all your first level slots gone?
Yeah. I can upcast it. We're good.
Sure.
We're good.
Okay. Agneer, it is your turn. Do you want to use your action to escape the death?
I would very much like to do that, yes.
Okay, so you use your entire action to do so. The only thing I'm going to need from you is a strength saving throw. But you are within Lenya's range. You don't know you are, but you are.
Okay.
It's much lower now that it's not peristalsising your body. It's not actively trying to eat you. It is a dead thing with loose muscles or whatever it has. So.
So I have Alenia's aura.
Correct.
14?
14 is enough to pull yourself out as you... you see Alenia, as you look over to the side, you see Agneer crawl out of the lava husk of this thing.
Oh,
the
good.
rain still falling down, steam coming off of your armor, and then after a moment, I assume, bloop, Professor.
The professor's just gonna kind of,
Sort of like a hot tub.
yeah.
I'm just like letting the rain hit my wings.
Yeah. Oh, you're fucked up. You are fucked up. Burns everywhere. Your divine sort of ASMR form has never actually looked worse.
This beat.
Yeah, you are utterly fucked up. In fact, what's your shield? Is it magic?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's like, what do you mean? What is
What's
it?
the shield? Is it a
Um,
magic shield, or is it just +2, or is it?
it's a magic shield that lets me cast.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck is it? I can't. Mass suggestion.
Wasn't it? Yeah, no
Okay.
suggestion.
Okay.
It's the shield of rest or something like that, or calm. I fucking don't know the name of it anymore.
Doesn't matter. So these are intact. Lava can't destroy these. So there's elemental lava. Your wings are severely burned. Your hair is burned. Not all of it. But there's specifically burns across your face. Your magical aura of your soul bonded armor did a lot of work for you. Prevented your body from disintegrating,
I
basically.
also have a helmet. So
The,
that
the
should
baby
protect
cook time
You
me.
have the
got sped
helmets now, and so however much hair was like poking out. This happened to Keyleth as well.
Keyleth, yeah, when she fell in the lava.
You now have much less hair. I'm sure some of it was up, but whatever's out of it, you can determine the length yourself. You
That's
do
like
lose.
shoulder length.
Sure, you have shoulder length hair roughly
Oh my
now.
God.
Which has never happened.
No.
You also have,
I mean,
again,
her hair grows
some
unnaturally
burns on the
fast,
side
but-
of your face. There's like soot marks. More on your right side than your left side, because your left side you usually have your shield up and stuff. So, not looking good. Egnir, your armor is magical, correct? Arbica's obviously magical. Your hair also.
Oh, the dreadlocks, no!
You were wearing a helmet, I believe,
Yeah.
because you just purchased them. So your dreadlocks are very short. They look like twisties now. Kind of like Arian's hair is right now. It's interesting. Your face has many burns on it. But where the mood paint was, the Golgari mood paint, it seems to have been left untouched, leaving you with sort of streaks down your face where there is no scar, which I guess is kind of cool in general. You're not utterly fucked up, and magic will help mitigate some of that scarring, but there's always going to be a little bit more something going on there. Professor, you're fine.
Start
I'm
healing
assuming
myself.
my shield is incinerated.
What's that? You're just wooden
I'm
shield?
assuming my wooden shield is incinerated.
It was just a wooden shield?
Just a wooden shield.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah. Anything normal you had on you. Did you have anything normal on either of you? I don't think Olenia usually does.
no. All my shit's magic.
Yeah. So,
Anything normal's in the bag. So
yeah. No, the helmets have lead within them. They are otherwise protected in magic. They're magic in base. So, in D&D, magic things can't be easily destroyed like that. It would have to be... well, elemental lava could definitely do it to some things, like low-level magic things, but at this point, these guys have nutty stuff.
Yeah, like
so.
if I threw Mistral into elemental lava, it would laugh at it.
It
I'm
might
gonna-
float on top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the end of my spear and just take
Plunge it through
whatever's
your
left.
own face. Oh, okay.
No, take whatever's
you-
left
you
of
were
like the
pretty-
ends of my hair where it's singed and just like cut
Okay.
it so that it's not.
Cut it, and there's about 3 or so inches of like ratty, burnt ass hair, and you get rid of that, and the helmet comes off, and it just feels nice to get that rain on you.
Egnir is going to squat down next to Alanya.
Hi.
Alanya,
Mm-hmm.
I was inside the creature's stomach, and you look worse than I do.
So, I tried to get inside of the creature with you to, because I thought it was running away. And, I missed.
You know I can turn into a red dragon, right?
Look, I just didn't want it to run away with you.
I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder and put a 7th level heal into her.
Was that 90? 80?
What's that?
How much is that?
I
80,
think
90?
it's 80, huh?
7th level is 80, yes.
80 hit points back. You feel many of the superficial parts of the burns go away. There's a little bit on your jawline on the right side that seems to have been pretty severely burned, and you're going to have like a not a big scar, but probably one of the first blemishes that you've ever suffered long term. Your holy form is has always held up against scarring, though, which is fascinating. You don't know if it's because it's elemental or if because the gods have died, but a lot of things run through your head as you touch your chin and your jaw, and it just doesn't feel right. Still, it's a little numb almost.
I'm gonna 6th level heal myself as well.
Okay.
I think I'm about to lay on hands myself here, too.
I can't believe you said 22. That's nuts.
Wait, it's 80, right? Or 70?
It was 80.
My was 80 for you.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm at like half health.
Do we want to just write this day off, try again tomorrow?
Just
No, I'm fine.
just
I'm fine.
reset it.
I can
don't.
still fight. Look, all that's damaged on me is my hair, and hair grows back. Okay, so mine grows back really fast. What?
What?
What did you say?
I said presumably your pride.
I'm fine.
I'm getting awfully defensive, Alenia.
I'm fine. I'm gonna lay on hands myself.
Let's go kill the demigod of this plane.
I'm gonna lay on hands myself for all 90 points. Good as new.
Damn, you
Definitely haven't exhausted any of our resources.
Hey, I can still fight. I only cast 2 spells and
all of-
you know, I didn't use my Radiant Soul.
How long does Investiture of Flame last?
10 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Still hot
Until about a
tubbing?
minute.
Still hot
until
tubbing?
about 9 minutes in, the professor's gonna
Well, you
kinda
can feel
chill
when
in
it's
the
gonna.
hole.
Yeah. Okay. It actually, it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like because you don't really feel the heat. You're immune. You're not resistant. You're immune. So
Yeah.
it's sort of normal. But the nice part actually about lava that you didn't realize is the compression. It feels
It's like one of those weighted blankets, but
but
all
it's
around your
but
body.
it's better. Yeah, it's like
It's like a tub of Orbeez, but it's like on fire.
It feels kind of nice on your muscles, and you're like, oh, I got a little like. Wish there was a little heat.
Look, if we wait one more day, they might lose the fight, and there goes our chance.
Okay, but also we might die.
I'm fine. I'm telling you, I'm perfectly capable of fighting.
Maybe we should just hold off on the dimension doors for the foreseeable future.
Well, I can't do it but once a day, so...
Perfect. We should not
Dimension-
restart the day.
I think the dimension door was fine. It was the intended
placement?
location.
It was that I didn't end up where I was trying to end up.
You can go in, but you can't get back out. It's perfect.
I'm down a few spell slots, but I could manage.
Look, I'm not saying we have to go fight the Tempest or the Phoenix, but we just have to help the Aarakocrans. You know? We see what that battle looks like.
I think we can at least make it to the city and sort of figure out what's going on.
Okay.
If anything, Professor can put up a mansion or something, and
Yeah.
we can hide.
Yeah.
You've traveled 30 minutes on foot so far, which means you're 2 miles in, 3 miles out.
Okay.
Like, we just got up for the day. I'm not about to just throw in the towel because of some lava.
I just don't want to be the one to have to carve that on your tombstone.
You can get me back.
If there's still a body.
Yeah, but, I mean... Look, we have ways.
I can only heal right now. If you go under the lava, I got nothing.
Well, we're not going into any more lava exploration for the rest of the day.
Probably like tomorrow and afterwards too. We
Yeah,
just-
like the rest of forever. No more lava. Like,
I might actually install like a lava hot tub on the Hartnell. This is pretty great.
we've learned nothing.
No, it's fine. I'll put like a warning on it, like don't get in this unless you're.
I don't
under
think
the
lava
nuclear.
needs a warning sign. Is the thing. I think it's intrinsic.
Just saying, you got to safety-proof stuff. You never know. Like, what if Carl comes onto the Hartnell? Carl will
I
just
think Carl's smart enough to not step in the lava.
50-50.
I don't think you need to read a sign to know that going in lava is bad.
He rolled a natural 20. He knows.
Look, it's fine. We need to keep going towards the city.
Sure.
Okay. The rain.
Is it lava when it's flowing and magma when it's still? What's the difference there?
I don't know the difference.
Semantics.
No, there's definitely a differentiation. It's like the difference between a meteor and a meteorite and a meteoroid. These
Those
are
are
all
sizes.
And I think sometimes it's like when they're in the atmosphere and out of the atmosphere.
I think meteorite might be the one that you're talking about.
Chat says magma's below ground, lava's above.
Well,
Oh,
this
it's
is
like
in the
in relation to the...
So Alenia was submerged in magma.
And okay, if I got a tub, it would
Oh,
be
well,
lava.
I should have looked up the rules as written for being submerged in magma instead of lava. That's my fault.
Yeah, true.
Liquid hot magma.
Magma.
Oh god, it's the
Magma.
fucking...
You gotta send
It's
it through
that
your
fucking-
nose.
Remember when we tried to watch that documentary and I was terrified?
The lava documentary? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever
I do
we watched.
remember it. Into the Inferno or something with
Yeah,
what's his
Why are
face?
you scared of lava?
Werner
fucking-
Herzog.
Werner Herzog. Descending down into the lava, Elenia went, not knowing where she was going, but knowing that someday the fire would consume all. Like the burning desire of lover's lament. He's so overdramatic. I love it.
Remember when he called Disney cowards for almost not using the Baby Yoda puppet?
I would like to see
That's
the
amazing.
baby.
You cowards.
You cowards. He saved a movement. Look, it's just because they're both German, but I really hope he's friends with Hans Zimmer. I just feel like those conversations are weird. Like, anyway. So, what do you want to do?
I guess
Move forward.
Move forward. Okay.
Keep on trucking.
If you want, I could summon, can't think, Aurora, and we could stay off the ground a little bit.
All right.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Doesn't matter.
While you guys deciding this, at this point you realize the shimmer of the city of Brass is well past the steam layer of your storm here. It's up in the cloud. And while you're talking about this, you can see bright flashes of blue and flame about 3 miles away, roughly. And you can see while the blue serpentine tempest is roiling and coiling around, the light from the phoenix is dimming.
Oh shit.
And Avelios, you still have those goggles, right? Let's see real far.
Yes, I do have.
From way back in the day. Alright. Go and roll perception check since you're looking at this.
God.
Asilius could probably use the sight on his gun to look too.
Yeah, you can look through your gun.
30.
It's not quite the magnification of these crazy goggles, but yeah.
23.
Okay, as you both are looking through, the storm, the rain that you've created has drenched the city as well, obviously. The city of Brass is wet, and you can see like rivers of this water just pouring off the side of this city of Brass, just waterfalls as it collected and then dispersed off the side. Things are falling off of it. And you can see a massive movement of orange, yellow, red, white moving from the brassy city and trying to go up, straight up.
Okay.
This fire element.
Should probably hurry if possible.
Yeah. That doesn't sound good.
No. So, Aurora, and then we can all just fly dash.
Yeah. We'll take the 10 minutes to summon her and then hop on, and whoever wants to. I guess Professor?
Sure.
Or Asilius, whichever one of you.
Well, just levitate and hang on.
True.
Yeah. Can you make that happen?
Because you'd be weightless.
How did you want to make that happen?
What do you mean?
Not weightless, necessarily.
Have any rope on us?
I'm sure you do.
I don't, personally.
I feel like probably have some in the bag of holding.
There's like no way you guys don't have rope at this point.
We bought a whole bunch
Yeah.
at one point at the
Oh
rope
yeah, we had
store.
that and a bunch of the knots and like rope cuffs and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull some rope out of the bag and hand it to him.
Okay. And are you you just holding on to it so you
I'll
can pull along?
kind of wrap around my forearm to secure it and then just hold on to it. I don't want to tie myself.
Is Alenia
in.
just doing the same
I was
thing?
gonna say I could tie it to her armor, like the saddle armor. For her.
Do you want a rope hanging off of her?
I mean, sure.
You okay? That's fine. So you secure it to the saddle, and you guys. Aurora takes Alenia as this shiny Chiron, celestial deer elk thing with scales pops back out. God, we have a cool mini for that. Alenia and Professor are riding it, and Isilius casts Levitate, floats up, and is dragged behind like skiing, which is cool. Obviously, Avelios is a bird, And then Egnir is what were you gonna say?
I was saying I have expeditious retreat, so I'm just
All right.
fast
And
as
if you want to be even faster than everybody, you absolutely can as well. Unless you want to travel with the pack. And then
I'll travel a little bit ahead so I can keep an eye out.
Okay. And then Egnir. I'm assuming you're wild shaping, or
Yeah.
okay.
I'll go owl again. Giant owl.
Okay. You animorph into your form and.
God damn it.
Which one was the owl? I don't even know if there was an owl.
There was. I think it was Cassie.
Sure. Like the great French hero Cassie. You fly forward, all of you. And you said you wanted to look out, so go ahead and make a perception check at the front of the pack of Velios.
Yep. 26.
All right. Keeping an eye out and sort of leading the way, the Emperor of the Aarakocrans flies in front of you, leaving behind sort of that trail of rainwater behind him, slicing through it. You all travel towards the city of Brass, now getting rained on torrentially in a place that's probably never experienced such a thing. All of you, within an easy 5 minutes of just going this quickly, can start to see these shapes leaving the city and heading north, up vertically into the sky. There's sort of like silence against the rain, like the white noise of it as it just beats against you, and the sort of anticipation, the heartbeat that you feel in your throat as you see these tempests writhing above the clouds, dipping below every once in a while. You can see now not only are orange shapes going up, you can see small gray and white and brown humanoids plummeting. Almost, 2 or 3 every once in a while, a couple seconds. You hear the shake of thunder, and you see within the now thickened gray clouds the flashes of orange as you see getting even closer, about 1.5 miles away, the phoenix dip under and then shoot back up. You can see its flames are dying. It seems that the tempest itself is actually lowering, and its large serpentine form starts to coil around and lower, and you can see clearly the signs of Aarakocrans around it, floating in space, and then orange entities flying nearby, and then seeing flame and arrow and spells going in between the two groups. There's a concussive wave that leaves like for a split moment, this sort of like concussive burst, this bubble where the rain stops falling and then it fills back in. The fire elementals are not winning this, it seems. Furthermore, as you get within 1 mile, it seems, as it's starting to become, the horizon. It was over there. It's getting much closer to you now, which means it's much farther above your head. You can at this point within 1 mile, you see bodies a little bit in the distance, but just riddled with bodies. Most of which are Aarakocra, as the elementals don't stay corporeal in their death. So it looks like just a battlefield where Aarakocrans got slaughtered. Dozens, probably hundreds. You do see every once in a while the black steel sort of helmets. You see sort of these gnarled scimitar-like sort of metal bars almost. All of you can make a history check. Just normal, even if you normally have advantage.
So 17.
That's my
You
that's
had
my
20?
third nat one tonight.
Oh, wow.
30.
Hey, I got one.
1730?
Ignir 12, Icilius 1.
Okay. It's sort of like a tip of the tongue memory to most of you. Ivelios, you notice them, but you're pretty focused on the front, and it's sort of like it's like in your brain, like I know what that is. I know what these pieces are. Professor, you immediately recognize this. You have fought the entities that produce this kind of material. These are the weapons and sort of the steely armory form of fire elemental myrmidons.
Okay.
Okay.
That you once fought in front of a elemental gate, along with your friends. And then it takes you that second, just a little bit longer, Avelis, you go, oh shit.
Oh, shit.
Myrmidons. Which were a little nasty. You had to fight them in sequence, but they're definitely more hardy than their regular elemental kin, I suppose. Which doesn't surprise you at this point, because they are technically elemental guardians bound to service, and of course they would have them in the City of Brass and absolutely in the presence of the Phoenix. So, knowing what you know and where you're at this point, you kind of have to make a decision. Are you going up into the City of Brass? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, into the City of Brass. The fight is above it, clearly, by about 300 feet. It's about 300 feet above you.
I mean,
Not
we
like
might as
directly
well.
above you, it's diagonal, but yeah.
I mean, we have to try and get that essence.
Yeah, so if the Phoenix dies here,
We need to snake that essence as quick as possible.
or we need to join in the fight and take the Phoenix down with them.
Yeah. There's no easy
So-
way to do this. Maybe if we just show up at the fight and help them, maybe they'll just accept it. Because
Yeah,
they'll see
show up
an
at the
Aarakocra.
fight. Exactly. Show up at the fight, have Mistral out. You lead the charge.
Okay. I will.
Okay, is there anything you want to do in preparation of leading the charge into this? Because as you are aware, Avelos is a tiny bean in a sea of flame, thunder, roiling clouds, rainstorms. So, if you want,
Someone have the enlarged spell?
like from your perspective, it's like you would easily lose 4 or 5 people, even that look like you in this. Like, the scope of this battle is wide.
I'm gonna cast.
I mean, the large just makes you a large
Foresight.
creature.
That's the word.
There it
I'm gonna
is.
cast Foresight on myself.
All right, little Spider-Man action. That's your level 9 spell. Okay.
I'm gonna wait until we're within. Well, I guess I'll wait until we're in combat since it's a minute to use my Radiant Soul.
You want to wait until initiative or right before?
Like right before. Like as soon as she's about to charge in the fight, she would activate it.
Okay.
As we get closer to the battle, I'm gonna activate my father's elocution.
Okay.
Are you gonna try talking to him?
If we need it, I will have the ability to. So I'll have proficiency and advantage in all charisma skills.
Well, knock him dead then, and I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Well,
Let's go.
That doesn't last very long, does it? That
That's
lasts
like
6
for a minute,
seconds.
right?
Minute.
Oh, it does last a minute? Okay, so that's what you want to do right when you guys get to the sort of edge of this. Okay. Which means you got to be near each other.
Yeah, I'd have to be able to touch him for that.
Avelius just can't move his full speed.
Well, he has to be trailing
That's the
behind
case.
you at that point. He can't lead the charge unless you bring Icilius up. Unless it's less efficient if you drop back and then charge forward, you can. But it wouldn't last the entire minute. Then it'd take
Yeah.
a little bit of time to. It's up to you. You got time to do it on the mile journey up.
Guidance is a D4?
Yeah,
Is that bless? I always get them mixed up.
Guidance
They're
is
the
touch, right?
same.
different things.
But guidance is a cantrip, and it does skill
To be
checks.
fair, you could drag Icilius with you if you want to take the route.
You could. You'd be half speed. Yeah, guidance does skill checks. Bless does saving throws and attacks.
Okay.
And I think one other thing, but I can't remember. That's it.
I guess we can drop back right when we get there, and then I'll shoot forward again.
Okay. So as you approach the city of Brass, and Agnir doesn't want to do anything other than that preparatory, because he's kind of got to be in owl form for a lot of this, I think. So.
He is still an owl, and he is still concentrating. So
Okay. That's fine. As you approach the rain beating against you, the city, as you sort of crest that, what would be level to the city itself, you come up to the base of the city, and it is desolation. You see gnarled and twisted fragments of this brass buildings. You see humanoids running and grabbing things, and more of this, less of that. As you you also see elementals firing up into the air. There are would you recognize that? Would you go ahead and roll me an Arcana check, everybody, or a history or a religion check, your choice.
I'll do religion.
History. Okay, well,
31 Arcana.
Okay.
9 history.
Okay.
18 religion.
Okay.
I got a 2 and a 6. I'll
Alright.
play a smart character one day, probably.
Okay.
But
You play a wizard in the other game.
Well, he's sort of a roguey wizard too, though.
very
You see what at first you think are demons, red-skinned, horned humanoids running around the space, but they are the ones that are sending these fire elementals up. You also see several of them disappearing from sight. With between you've rolled 1 million perception checks and you're pretty locked in at this point. You see tiny black rods with spirals of orange and red being held straight up and then them and sometimes others disappear alongside them. You also see that the other humanoids that aren't these creatures, which, by the way, anyone over a 15 understands to be not demons, not devils, but Ifriti. They are actually fire elemental genies. You also see that the several of the denizens that seem to have elemental origin here are in fact cowering in fear from this cold rain. Many of them are experiencing a terrible time. You do see very briefly Evelios, since you're all locked in on this, as you guys are heading upward, I'm assuming towards the battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you guys head towards the battle upward, sort of crossing, you see several Aarakocran bodies fall through the clouds and crash down. This fight seems to be taking place in the clouds. You also see it catches your eye as you look down and sort of follow them. A huge, red, fiery, probably 18 to 20 feet tall humanoid with a lightning whip and a sword fighting a group of Aarakocrans. This is a Baylor. This is something that you should see in the Hells. This is not reasonable to see here. Before you see a group of tieflings along with a horned sort of beast looking. It's a Garistro. You have fought one of these before. It's a Garistro. Where they all cluster together, and then stepping out of a brass building that seems to have one side of it quite melted, you see a tiger humanoid exit, walk out with them, hold up a similar rod, and all of those individuals disappear.
Oh, fuck.
Continuing your climb.
Oh, no.
Continuing your climb.
It seems like they got help from the Hells and then they're peacing out?
You don't know. You get up into the clouds, breaking through. Just gray. You can hear the distant sounds of the thunder and lightning and stuff, but there's so much noise around you now with the screams and yelling and the battle that's going down in the city, the cracks of thunder and the lightning, whether it's that heat lightning or the blue lightning mixing together above your heads and throughout this space as you are now in it. It's in front of you. The loud, cacophonous explosions of multiple spells. You... couple arrows go by you, and it's just deafened. And you pass through the threshold when suddenly you see explosions of fire off your right and left. You see lightning as this pocket of cloud gives way to the heat and dispersion of the giant wings of the phoenix. The fire elementals fly around. The Aarakocrans are engaged in multiple fights themselves, sometimes surrounding these elementals. You see just an incredible display of violence and flame and magic. What you see is this. Oh, it's too close.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Cool. Cool.
This is badass.
Oh, my God.
You see all of
Alright,
this
the numbers are in
happening.
our favor here. You know, it's a lot of birds.
So there's a lot going on.
I mean, we're assuming the birds are going to be on our side.
Look, we have a bird emperor.
Of the material plane.
But a bird emperor nonetheless.
Yeah.
Bird
With
old-
Mistral in his hand.
With an ancient drawn weapon.
And as this happens, as you crash into this, it's like World War II D-Day crashing through, and then suddenly the shrapnel when the guns are going off all around you. I mean, there's it in every direction. I think we'll have to leave it there for fear of staying up till 3 a.m.
True.
You are at the bottom of this. About right here. We'll set our pieces right now so we know what we're dealing with.
You ping again.
I would probably be
Right
like
at the bottom.
here then.
Right at the bottom. Yep. You could be up. You could be further up if you'd like, but as long as you're on the map.
So, what's happening here?
Yeah.
Right
Let's
there.
say you're coming from the corner here, even like right here. So you can kind of come from this side. Like as long as you're from the bottom area here and moving this way, that's fine. If it makes more sense just to orient you guys, it's fine.
I think it does.
Yeah, me too.
I would just be like in the front by a bit.
Yep. You'd probably be a little bit further out, probably over here, because Alenia is pulling this Icilius.
Right.
So probably like something like that. You are a large boy, so you can be bigger. And then Professor you were just riding with Alenia, right? So we'll do that,
Yeah.
or we'll do this, I guess. And then we'll just say, of course. Well, I'll get a Chiron or something, and you can ride it or something. So this is what we're dealing with. This is it's all in the sky. It's above the city of Brass, in the clouds.
Oh boy.
You created this mess. I just had to adapt. So.
As soon as he heard rain in the
Hey.
elemental plane of fire, his brain had to go 1,000,000 miles a second.
Well, luckily it only does that. So, and not because I'm
Fire.
smart, because it just doesn't ever shut the fuck up. Yeah. So, yeah. A very interesting set of circumstances here. Two elemental titans, the Phoenix and the Elder Tempest, in a war over the city of Brass, in a torrential rainstorm on the plane of fire. 600 feet above the ground, 300 feet above the surface of the city itself. D&D. So,
It's fine.
it's fine. And with the Emperor of the Aarakocrans leading the charge for the Keepers of Eight, with, I think, the intention to hopefully not have both sides attacking you at the same time. While also balancing, I'm going to kill your plane god? I guess we'll find out. So, next time, we'll do that. There's no way to start earlier on Wednesday, is there? No way at all. Okay.
No.
We are in it until it's over on Wednesday, so take a nap, guys. Hannah. Wake up late, sleep in. So, love your faces. We're going to have a good one. I'm very excited for this. This is probably going to be just nutty. If you guys would like to, you can use the in-between times to strategize and determine what you want to do. Yeah, so we'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Prepare your butts for the meme drop. And I need something as quippy as "Is it Thursday yet?" to close these out. We will use the in-between campaign times to figure this out. Okay, I'm very excited for this. This is going to be fascinating. All right. Bye-bye.